Yo. I've been down so long, I forgot what free feel like. Chains on the soul, but my spirit still fight. Tears on the ground from the years of pain, but the seeds we planted still grow in the rain. Through the fire, through the storm, we gon' stand. Truth in our bones, revolution in our hands. We the dream, we the drum, we the morning sun. Better days are coming. Come on in here, hit that like button. We about to get to it. Anti-black hate. Don't talk about it. It's on the rise. Come on up in here. They gave us scraps. We built culture from the bones. Turn pain into rhythm. Turn projects into homes. Still they paint us criminal. Target us in stats. But never show the genius or the love we give back. Our heroes wore hoodies. Our saints wore chains. They fear our light because they profit from pain. But every brick they throw, we build a new lane and put our names in the sky where the stars remain. I've been down so long, I forgot what free feel like. Chains on the soul, but my spirit still fight. Tears on the ground from the years of pain, but the seeds we planted still grow in the rain. Through the fire, through the storm, we gon' stand. Truth in our bones, revolution in our hands. We the dream, we the drum, we the morning sun. Better days are coming, we not done. They redline our blocks, try to cage our minds, but can't hold back what's divinely designed. We birthed jazz, soul, hip-hop, and more. Made the world move from my ancestral core. Truth in my tongue, justice in my breath. Each verse a march, each line defies death. They kill the body, but the vision still live. Cause every hood got a prophet they ain't ready to forgive. I seen boys with dreams shot down too soon, but I also seen grandmas pray hope into the room. So we rise with the strength that they tried to consume, and we dance to the beat of a freedom tune. I've been down so long, I forgot what free feel like. Chains on the soul, but my spirit still fight. Tears on the ground from the years of pain, but the seeds we planted still grow in the rain. Through the fire, through the storm, we gon' stand. Truth in our bones, revolution in our hands. We the dream, we the drum, we the morning sun. Better days are coming, we not done. Legacy ain't numbers, it's the lives we ignite. Each child. Come on up in here, click that like button. Hit that like button. Let's get to it. Wrote scripts and struggle, graduated from the roots. We are the pages they scared to read out loud, so they silence the voices that speak too proud. But we ain't folding, we forging a flame, and we gon' rename every street with our name. This ain't a trend, just the soul's redemption. Power in the talking about the rise of anti-black hate. We're gonna discuss a little bit of the diaspora wars, and we're gonna just chop up some game, man. We're gonna get into some real game. Hit that like button, get the likes up. We about to get into it. What do I consider anti-blackness? What a question. Are you black, brother? I mean, are you of the lineage? It's not over. Not by a long shot. You don't know what anti-black hate is, brother? You don't know what that is? Yeah. Get the likes up, y'all. Come on. Oh yeah, just so y'all know, the album's done, y'all. All I gotta do is master it now. They say Lincoln freed the slaves, that's the tale in school. But the Emancipation Proclamation had a hidden rule. Only freedom in the South, not the border states. A political move, not love, it was fueled by hate. A wartime tactic, not a moral stance. So when we celebrate that day, we miss the glance. We're talking about anti-black hate across all color lines. Black, white, Hispanic, immigrant. We're talking about anti-black hate. Specifically, foundational black Americans. Let's go. We're talking about this black fatigue that's going on, and this white YT fatigue that's going on Twitter right now. And the rise of anti-black hate crimes is higher than it's ever been. Higher. This is that bloodstream. Reconstruction promised 40 acres, hope renewed. Freedmen's Bureau tried but got overruled. Hiram in the Senate. Black faces in law. For a moment we saw it, then they changed the draw. People calling black people pretenders, man, that's crazy. We could talk about the anti-black hate in the Native American community. We're gonna talk about it all. Economic sabotage, bombs dropped in silence. They fed the myth of black violence. Bread compliance told us to pull up boots with laces they stole. We could talk about it all. Blamed us for poverty is cold.
Chains never vanished, they just changed names. Paper said free, but they rigged the game. 13 said no slaves, let's you do time. Prisons blew up, new slaves by design. Power was given, then swiftly revoked.
Hit that like button, y'all. We about to get to it.
Watched it erode, still we rise. But the cost unseen. This ain't just history. This is our bloodstream.
Mass incarceration, the new plantation field. Private profits rise while our fate gets sealed. Billions made on caged men who barely eat. Meanwhile, hedge funds dance on Wall Street. Black codes reborn and stopped and frisked. One wrong move, your life's at risk. Reagan dropped crack, then Clinton threw the key. Obama spoke hope, but didn't set us free. Reconstruction 2.0, nah, still a game. They switched the mask, but the rules remain. But we the true speakers, children of fire. Our past ain't shame, it's a voice that inspires.
Chains never vanished, they just changed names. Paper said free, but they rigged the game. 13 said no slaves, let you do time. Prisons blew up, new slaves by design. Power was given, then swiftly revoked. They built us a castle, then watched it erode, still we rise. But the cost unseen. This ain't just history, this is our bloodstream.
Coffee is good this morning. Come on, let's get to it. Get them likes up, y'all, before I get started. We gotta get them likes up. Come on. Show love to black content creators. Don't be a hater. Come on. Likes are free. I promise you the content's gonna be real. The content's gonna be good. Get that like, get them likes up. We're gonna talk about it. The album's done, y'all. Forget your console, brother, this that real fight. Paid the 𝗤𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀𝘀𝗶cie homie got killed twice. Put in work for my dog, now we facing life. But I'ma rise again, soldier like I'm Jesus Christ. They got ghostwriters, gonna be fire today. Mind in the moonlight, chasing validation while I'm building insight. They rapping riddles, I'm speaking direct. They trying to dance around truth. I come for the neck. I hear them humble when they speak to the youth. But I'm the echo of the pain when they speak the truth. I don't need the lights, man, I just need the booth. And if you think you fire, wait till my flame touch. They don't want the smoke, they just want to hide. You don't want the smoke. Talking like a king, never paid the price. Come on. All my scars deep, all my rhymes tight. Deep. Earned every bar, that's that street right. Come on. Never been the code, never played it nice. Every word I drop like a roll of dice. If you want this shirt, I got it on my shop, muchoart.com. Check it out. I got merch, I got hats, I got t-shirts, everything original. No one has these shirts. And thank you for the compliment. It's the sound of ambition turned weapon. Every beat I bless, leave a message in the wreckage. My hood taught me pain, my pen gave it rhythm. Now I write like the wind through a shattered prism. No gimmicks, no. We about to get started, y'all. We about to get started. And every line that I drop got the real in it. You play for likes, I play for lives. You chase a trend, I chase the sky. They don't want the smoke. They don't want the smoke. They just want the hype. Come on. All my scars deep, all my rhymes tight. Earned every bar, it's that street right. Earned every bar. Come on. Every word I drop like a roll of dice. Come on. Them lights up. Let's go. We about to get started. Feel the tension in my tone when the beat knock. Used to dream of better days, watching street clocks from park benches to conference seats. Now album is done, y'all. When I craft these beats, every verse is confession, a sermon in sections. You see me winning now, but you missed the lessons. All my losses carved knowledge in my mental. Now I breathe bars, heavy monumental. Still ride for my circle, no folding. He said, regulators, mount up. Come on. If I ever fall, I fall with pride, cause I live my rhymes, never had to hide. They just wanna hype. Talking like a king's never paid the price. Never paid the price. All my scars deep, all my rhymes tight. Rhymes tight, come on. Street right, come on. Never been the code, never Y'all don't know, man. I got some fire for y'all. Y'all ain't ready for it. Y'all ain't ready for it. Y'all ain't ready for it, man. I got some heat for y'all, boy. Ooh, the album is done. Listen, the album's done. I just gotta get everything mixed down a little better and mastered. Okay, that's it. That's pretty much it. June 1st, we're gonna try to do a tentative. We're gonna try to drop it on June 1st. I'm gonna try to keep my word, but I'm leaning more towards June 15th. But I still might just release it June 1st. So y'all just stay tuned, man. I'll let y'all know. But we gotta get into it, man. We about to talk about it. Get into we knew that a Trump victory, and shout out to your boy Trump. We knew that when Trump came in office, anti-black hate was going to be on the rise. We already knew that. It's nothing new. It's nothing new. If you're a foundational Black American, you were already prepared for an uptick in anti-black hatred. You got Twitter. You got things going on over there in Twitter, the diaspora wars, and it's kind of trickled over into the TikTok arena. You know, you got inter-beef with Caribbeans, Africans, Black Americans, and all of it's pointed at us. All of it's pointed at the FBA. People calling us a HATE group, right? People are saying the most disparaging things about foundationals. And we hitting y'all back. Y'all jab, we jab. Bah, 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 bah. And our jabs hurt more. You know, see, when y'all throw y'all jabs, I want y'all to understand, we're used to y'all throwing jabs at it. We're Black Americans are used to being shit on. I want y'all to understand that we're used to being shit on. We're used to, listen, in our culture, we roast each other. In our culture. We see you walking down the street, oh, we got jokes. We do that amongst each other. Do y'all understand that? We do. So when y'all jab us, we gonna jab back. And ours is gonna sting a whole lot more. That's just what it is. That's really what it is. Our jabs are gonna sting more. So all this anti-black hate, you think we as foundational Black Americans are really worried about it? Nah, we're used to it. We're used to it. If I'm being honest, we're used to it. We're used to being the underdog, so to speak. But here's the issue. Here's what y'all really need to understand. We're used to being the underdog. We're used to having to prove ourselves. But guess what? We don't want to prove ourselves anymore. Matter of fact, we're not trying to prove ourselves anymore. So when you're not trying to prove yourself anymore, that means some of us are not necessarily going to be nice anymore. See, Black people have got to the point where we're like, we don't even care what you think. We stopped caring what YT America thought a long time ago. We said, man, I'm Black and I'm proud. I'm just gonna be Black. You know, they always gonna have a problem with me being Black, so I'm just gonna continue to do my blackity black. You know. But now it's like we don't even care, period, because we done found out that some of these African tethers don't like us. We done found out that that a lot of these Caribbeans that we thought was cool with us don't like us. I mean, we been knew the Hispanics didn't really like us that much. You know, they want to keep bringing up this Black and brown coalition, but you know, they get mad because we not helping them. Why are the Black people not helping us? We're all in the same. We're all minorities. We're all minorities. With all minorities, don't you know, help us Black people, you know? But this is shameful Black people that you call ICE on, anti-Black hate is on the rise. And guess what Black Americans are saying? We don't care. We're not worried about y'all. Shout out to Burkina Faso. But guess what? Not that we don't care. I mean, we're still watching Burkina Faso. We're still wishing that brother well. But guess what? We don't care. You know why we don't care? Because y'all don't care about us. Let's keep it a buck. Y'all don't care about us. So why should we care about y'all? Let me bring some people up. Get them likes up, y'all. Get them likes up. We don't care. We knew, listen, we were already prepared by black hate. We were already prepared for it. Shout out to the Midwest. What's going on with you, brother? Are you there? All right. Well, I'll give you a minute to get your mic situation. Look like the screen went black. Give you time, but yeah, we're not caring, y'all.
I may have a bad connection. I don't know.
Yeah, I can hear you now. What's up, Midwest? Shout out to you, brother.
Hey, what's up? What's up, man? I like the live. I ain't got a lot of time, but I'm being kind of disappointed about a lot of these lives, like yours and others, is that y'all are not really going in on this Shiloh Hendrix thing, man. I mean, everybody's talking about women and men and P. Diddy and all that, but that's like a clear gotcha of how racist our society is. And y'all are going off on all this other shit. It's like, I think that's something that really needs to be hammered. This woman got supported by so many people in America across the world. Supported a woman.
Yeah, but you know why?
Speaking a racial slur towards a young child, and they're hiding behind this freedom of speech bullshit. What? Why are we not going in and making more noise about that?
I got you, brother. I think we have made noise about it. I don't know if you've seen my show before, but I've made some noise about it. I've talked about it. But here's the point. This isn't anything new. This has been going on. They're just
I feel you on that, but it's like this other stuff is easy for them to argue their way out of. I feel like that's something they cannot argue. Like, come on now.
No, they can't. They can't. Listen.
They can't hide from that.
Who looks bad? Does black people look bad in that situation, or do they look bad? It's what's going on too. There's two things going on. As black people stop caring about what the world really thinks about them, we don't care anymore. Guess what YT people are saying? We don't care either. YT people are starting not to care about getting the race card put on them anymore. This is Trump America. We knew what happened. We knew what was possible, what was going to happen when Trump came into office. They were just going to be emboldened. And a lot of black people voted for Trump and was like, bring it on. Bring it on. Let's see who are the real YT supremacists, suspected YT supremacists out. Let's see who they are. And that's what's going on. So I know you feel like we're not making a lot of noise. It's like black people like, man, we don't care. That's a Tuesday to us. That's a Tuesday. And we want y'all to keep supporting yours, because what really going on is we're waking up the black people that are still on the fence. The black people who still in love with the Democratic Party, we're waking them up. We're like, I want y'all to see this. Because now it's time that we get everybody on code now. It's not time that some people be on the fence. We want everybody to see what's going on. So you stop watching television and start getting in the game. Because a lot of people, y'all are just casualties of war. Y'all black people who just sit back and watch all this stuff and think it's entertainment. It's time that y'all start taking your life seriously and you start getting on code with your people, because it's about to kick off. If you don't know, it's about to kick off, and if you ain't ready or prepared,
I can already feel it. I can already see it. I mean, you can just feel it.
So that's the climate, and we're like, get off the couch, turn off the TV, stop watching mainstream media, plug into the black grassroots. If you're not plugged into the black grassroots, I don't know what to tell you, brother. You're missing out, because a lot of us are on code already, and we're moving. And it's like other black people don't know what's going on because they're not plugged in. So you get plugged in, brother. New black media.
It's a lot of black folks out here, and I've seen them. They got their head in the sand, just like an ostrich. And
they do.
You know what
And
I
guess what?
mean?
And guess what? They're gonna start. They're gonna begin to wake up because the Great Reset is coming, and the Great Reset is not what people think. It's not the Great Reset. Is about the Great Awakening. It's about truth. The real truth of who we are is finally about to come forth. What we've all been waiting for. Who are the foundational Black Americans? Who are the true? Who are the foundational Black Americans? Do they really belong to American soil? The truth is coming out. And a lot of people, just keep it a buck, they're not going to be able to handle the truth.
Nah, they're going to flip the narrative. They're going to change the message. I mean, right now, you know, the worst thing for our culture right now is all this messaging, all these narratives they got on us. You know, and it's crazy. They just keep hammering on these. And then, you know, one person says it and it's like they all fall in suit, like all these motherfuckers are hooked up to the Matrix.
Propaganda.
You know what I mean? And you talk from one to the next one, they're all saying the same shit, like they're reading from the same goddamn cue card. And it's like, what? Are y'all capable of thinking for yourself? You know?
They're about to. They're about to not have a choice. How about that? See, that's what. See, when choices get taken away from you, that's when you get real action. When your back's up against the wall, that's when you start to fight. See, what I love about being a foundational Black American is we never had the choice to flee anywhere. Everybody else, they had a choice to flee. We never had a choice, and we had to stick here and stay and figure it out. And now it's about to happen again. The Great Reset is coming. It's about to happen again.
Yeah. And now they got this
forced to say, you know what? If I don't stick with my people, I'm gone.
Yeah, and now they got this black fatigue bullshit going on, which is just, I mean, it's another subliminal to say we want to be racist in your face. We want to be able to, and I feel like that's really what the culture, what the YT culture wants to do right now is they want to be able to be racist right in front of us and us not react.
Let them.
They want to be able to get away with it right in our face and us not do anything. But they're too cowardly though. You're too much. Like you can't. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's like if I go down to a prison yard and I'm on the outside and they on the inside and I'm threatening them and I'm acting all hard and I'm like, yeah, I whoop all, and they locked up. They can't touch me. It's like they want to do that shit like right in our face.
But guess what?
You know what I mean?
They did that to our ancestors. But guess what?
Exactly. They try to reset it.
They're saying we are not our ancestors. We are our ancestors, but we're not those ancestors that are going to allow it to happen. Try that with us.
And I was on a live the other day, and this YT man was telling me, well, you didn't go through what your ancestors went through. You didn't go through. And I'm so sick of that. And I said to him, well, look, let me just hit you with a hypothetical, man. Think about every member in your family that you care about and love the most. What if I was to round them up, oppress them, discriminate against them, and ultimately slaughter, unalive, and lynch them? And then come to your house and say, hey, man, you want to go get a beer? You're not mad, are you? I mean, it didn't happen to you.
Right.
How would you feel? You know what I'm saying? I'm sick of that. I'm sick of them saying that it wasn't you. It wasn't. Man, when we hear these stories about what happened to our ancestors handed down from our elders in the community, it hurts. And they don't get that.
That's right. Yeah, man. Listen. It's coming full-fledged now. It's coming right. It's right in front of your face. We got the Hispanics who've been practicing it. Okay. We got Africans joining in, practicing anti-black hatred. Indians, Arabs. We got a Caribbean governor, a so-called Jamaican American governor saying, hey, man, we don't need a study. We don't even need a study.
Yeah, man. And look at your comments right now. That's that coward shit I'm talking about. Faceless profiles because they too coward to show who they are, saying this racist shit. And it's like you ain't no but a coward. Like, how do you call yourself a grown ass man? You a coward. You got no picture on your profile and no one can see who you are.
Turn on my camera. You want me to turn on my camera? I ain't got nothing to hide.
Turn on my camera. You don't got nothing to hide. Okay,
yeah,
brother, hold on. Let me
turn your camera on, right?
Hold on, Midwest.
Why your picture ain't up there?
Hold on. Let me set the
Oh,
precedence before we do
the
this.
race war, bring it. We're ready.
Before we do this,
You're gonna lose again.
Before we do this, brother.
You're gonna lose
No,
again.
he got froggy because he heard coward. He got called a coward. Now he trying to reverse it. He's trying to reverse what he really is.
I'm glad you're showing your face, brother, because this is what we
Oh,
want.
right.
We want to see you. We want to see who you are. So here's the thing, brother. As long as you're respectful. Hold on, brother. Hold on.
You just learned how to not be a coward 5 seconds ago. You just learned how to not be a coward 5 seconds ago, bro.
Listen up. Hold on, man. I gotta get
5 seconds ago, you was a coward. Get your ass out of here. You was a coward 5 seconds ago.
Hold on. I gotta get the room. Listen, here's how it's gonna go. As long as you're respectful, we'll be respectful. I want high intellect. I really don't want emotions. I want to know what the problem is, and I want you to say it with your chest and stand on business. But we're not gonna do this. The moment you throw a shot, we're gonna throw a shot right back. So try to keep it as decent as you can in your own white supremacist way, and that goes for us too. We're gonna try to keep it as decent as we can. So let's have it out, brother. Groovy, you done jumped on. What's your issue, brother? What's your problem? Go ahead. You got the floor.
Well, you know what? Look, white America, we've tried dealing with you. We've tried being nice to you. All you guys do is keep bringing that stupid black nationalism. You talk about your black businesses. You talk about all your, you want to do business with black businesses. Fine. You guys brought this on yourself because let's face it, black people are the only race in America that remain at the bottom. Asians come to America, they move up. Indians, they move up. But all you guys do is sit in the hood and complain. You can't even start business.
Hold on. Okay. You're making some points, but let me interject real quick, okay? Because I don't want to get too. I don't want you to spill it all on. Let's take it one at a time. Let's unpack things one at a time. So we're at the bottom, right? And it's our own fault that you're saying we're at the bottom because it's our own fault, right? Okay. So we didn't have a Black Wall Street. We didn't have a Lake Lanier. We didn't have Jim Crow. We didn't have Reconstruction. So none of that mattered, right? None of the lynchings going on. None of the hatred towards us coming out of a condition that has nothing to do with us being at the bottom, right? None of the white privilege, none of the systematic oppression, none of the redlining. Hold on, brother. Hold on. I'm asking a question. None of the redlining, none of that has anything to do. Every time we build something up, that y'all come in, y'all the boys come, the boys, the Triple K, they come in and that has nothing to do with why black people are at the bottom. You're saying that, and we're not at the bottom, by the way, but I'm just using your words. You're saying we're at the bottom. We're not, but you're saying we are. But you're saying that's our fault, right? Racism is black people's fault, right? Go ahead, brother. You got the floor.
Because you can't let it go.
Okay, if someone hangs your mother, you're gonna let it go? If someone robs your house,
someone hang your.
If someone robs your house, you're gonna let it go? No, I'm okay. Your ancestors, doesn't matter. If someone came to your house and called you the hard N word with the ER to your face, are you gonna let it go? If you're minding your business
guys call each other
and you're building your neighborhood, if you're minding your business and building your neighborhood, are you gonna? And someone comes in and destroys it, are you gonna let it go?
Is he claiming to be superior?
Hold on. I'm gonna
Why do we have to get over it though? I don't understand that. Why do we got to get over our ancestors being slaughtered by another race? Why do we got to get over that?
Do y'all let the small hats get over it? I mean, they push the Holocaust all the time, but y'all don't say nothing about them bringing it up. But let's stay with what you're saying. You're saying we're at the bottom and it's our fault, and it has nothing to do with it. Had never nothing to do with Jim Crow, civil rights era. Nothing to do with all the towns that we did build up, the Harlem Renaissance. Nothing to do with the 50,000. Nothing to do with the 50,000 patents that we have and the many inventions that we've done here. But we're at the bottom.
Mute him, bro. Mute him. Let him talk.
You got to speak a little louder, brother. We can't hear you. You got to speak a little louder. We can't hear you.
I said, what are you doing to improve your life instead of sitting on TikTok all day? What are you
Brother,
specifically doing to improve? If you
brother,
got time to
What are you
complain, you
doing?
improve your life.
brother, hold on, brother. You're saying what am I doing, brother? I'm the founder of the first foundational Black American cryptocurrency that's for our people.
Period.
I'm the founder of that, brother. We have our own
There it is.
cryptocurrency. Brother, I run multiple businesses, brother. What are you talking about? I'm not.
What are you doing besides stereotyping? What you doing besides stereotyping?
Exactly. What are you do? See, brother, I'm in the game. I'm 100%. I got music out right now that edifies my people. If you want a real music with a real message, check out Too Much Moxie on all major streaming platforms. Nobody's complaining, brother. We're having a conversation right now. You're telling me that my people are at the bottom when we got over 3 million millionaires in this country that are foundational Black Americans.
Groovy,
But
why
we're
you
at the
so
bottom.
why you
We're at
so
the bottom,
why
brother.
you so
And
emotional?
hold on. Most of Black Americans are above the poverty line, brother. We're, only 17% of us are below the poverty line. Most of us
Facts.
are in the middle class or rich. But you're saying we're at the bottom in this country. When you see Black excellence all over television, global, you see Black excellence, not just in America, but global excellence is where we come from, brother. But I digress. You said that we're at the bottom. I think what the issue is, brother, is YT people are feeling the pressures of being at the bottom, and they're looking at Black excellence in their face all the time. That's why they got Black fatigue.
Facts.
The same reason why the Africans have Black fatigue. The same reason why the Caribbeans have Black fatigue. Because they keep seeing Black excellence and they keep trying to compete with the Black excellence, because when it comes to Black America, we're the ones globally that are pushing the Black agenda. We're the ones that looked at as the most phenomenal Black people on the planet. It's us. So YT people are now feeling what the Black immigrants have been feeling. They're feeling a little jealousy, right?
Groovy, shut the fuck up.
Brother.
And we surpassed y'all with our education. We actually went back and educated ourselves. We have surpassed y'all with the education.
But you don't threaten us because you don't stand for anything. Maybe Asians, Indians might be. You're not
brother.
Why you keep bringing up Asians?
We've never been worried about Asians.
Like you give a damn about them or
about
something.
Indians. We've never been worried about Arabs. You know who we've always been worried about? It's YT people, because y'all the ones that'll get up and do something. Those Arabs that come over here, they're not gonna do nothing. Those Asians that come over here, they're not gonna do nothing. Those Africans that come over here, they're not gonna do nothing. But we know YT, when y'all get mad,
Groovy, what is your ethnicity, Groovy? Because she got a point. What is your ethnicity? You ain't even a YT man.
I'm what they call a conqueror.
What's your ethnicity, man? What race are you, bro?
He's Hispanic. Come on.
I'm a colonizer from Europe.
He's Hispanic.
Do you
I'm
speak
not
Spanish?
Hispanic. I'm white.
He is. He looked like he one of them racist Hispanic people.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of them Hispanics and Puerto Ricans are racist, just like the white people.
Brother, you're too dark to be white, brother. You're Hispanic. I know you want to be white. I know you're part of the Hispanics that put white, that claim white, but you're not white, brother.
I'm freaking. I got a tan, man. I don't have no Latino. I was born in Germany.
You're Latino.
You want to see my passport? I was born in Germany.
Yeah. Pull up.
You want to see?
Pull up your passport.
He in denial.
No, hold on. You know, you could be a dark Italian. You probably are Italian.
No. He's not. Pull up your passport.
Are you Italian?
Bro, if you look at my face,
pull up
you know
your
what
passport.
Germans are nothing.
I ain't believing you till I see your birth certificate, bro.
You're not even German, man. Stop
Pull
lying.
up your passport.
You're not even German, brother. You're not even German. Go ahead. You got the floor, brother. You got the floor. What do you want to? What else? What's your other point? What's your other point that you want to make? Black people are at the bottom because it's our fault. Go ahead.
I speak fluent German.
Guten Morgen.
Understand?
Guten Nacht.
Guten Morgen.
Right. Come on, brother.
Good morning, good day. You just said good morning. Ich habe einen guten Tag jetzt. Ich bin jetzt in Italien für 8 Monate.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Und ich habe 2 Kinder. Ja, sprechen Sie Deutsch. 100% spreche Deutsch. 100%. Ich spreche gut.
Go ahead, brother. I've been to Germany, but go ahead, brother. What do you want to talk about? What else do you want to say that the reason why this Black fatigue is going on and the rise of anti-Black hatred, and supposedly we're at the bottom of this country? But go ahead.
And try to
Look,
speak
all we're
without
saying,
stereotypes. Try to speak
Yeah.
without no
all
fucking
we're,
stereotypes.
The bottom is
all
his
we're saying,
bottom.
all we're saying is this: we don't want a race war, but if you're going to bring one, then we have no choice but to defend ourselves.
You started a race war 600 years ago. The fuck is you talking about? You
Who's
started
bringing
a
it?
race war hundreds of years ago.
Who's bringing it? Who's
You
bringing
keep
it?
talking all this anti-white rhetoric.
In
You're
the
the one
fo-
talking the anti-white rhetoric
As
from the
Who did I say
1400s.
that
start.
was anti-white?
You just spit 17 stereotypes about black people in here. Who's spitting rhetoric?
Watermelon,
Brother, let me tell you something.
Newports, pop,
Let me.
Another
stick.
stereotype.
Yeah. Why are you
Those are all
why are
true.
you talking about our accomplishments like that? Like what it's not a bad thing.
Otherwise, the list is not a black and mild or a cigarello. Those are true
We
stereotypes.
we were
Newports,
profiting off of watermelon. We were profiting off of watermelon. So why are you talking about our accomplishments?
Let me say this, brother. Let me say this. Listen, since you brought up race, nobody brought up race war but you. No,
Right.
let's keep it real, brother. This is what it boils down to. Y'all really don't want what y'all think y'all trying to push for, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because if you believe OJ was able to unalive a YT woman and a YT man by himself with one knife, what do you think? What do you think your YT buddies are gonna do against real foundational Black Americans? Y'all not gonna be able
Bro,
to do what y'all think y'all gonna do.
and
Y'all
white
pew
people
pews, y'all pew pews, and all this stuff that y'all been building up for. Think about it. If y'all really think we're Superman and
Would
we can
you shut
unalive
up?
like 10, 20 people, what do you think is
Groovy.
really gonna happen if you really try to bring it, bro?
Groovy, shut
It's
up.
not gonna work out like you think it's
You're
gonna
gonna end
work
up
out for you. That's all I'm
Mute
saying. It's not
You're
gonna
gonna
work
end up
out.
like George Floyd. That's what
Mute
you're gonna end
Groovy.
up like George Floyd.
Fucking built
We're
like the
gonna end up like
goddamn
George Floyd. No, brother. You know why George Floyd? What happened to George? George Floyd ran into race soldiers and the police. We're talking about regular, everyday, ordinary white folk. If you really trying to push
We have
that,
numbers.
it's not gonna work out like you
Numbers in
think
the
it is.
government.
What do you
It's
think is
better.
gonna
It's best that
happen?
you just say, you know what, you got to deal with Black Daddy because Black Daddy has showed up, and we're not going nowhere.
Yeah.
And if anybody's going somewhere, brother, because this is my country. I've been here before there was an America.
Don't you know what?
My family been here longer than your
South
family,
Africans
sir.
Exactly.
My family been here longer than your family, and you could bring over as many South Africans as y'all
We're
want to.
deporting.
Y'all could bring over as many
We're
South
deporting.
Africans as y'all want to, and guess what's going to happen to them? We're
Groovy,
going to
shut
send them.
up.
They're going to go right back to where they came from, like where they came from. They're going to go
You're
right back
going
where
with
they
the
came from.
Latinos. They're blatantly deporting brown people.
Say again?
That's just fact. They'll
They
deport.
what?
I said they're deporting brown people left and right. You're brown. I'm white. I don't have to worry about that.
Groovy,
Brother, they're not deporting foundational Black Americans. They're not. That's a lie.
Groovy, show your
They're
bottom
deporting Hispanics because they don't belong here. They're deporting Native Americans because they don't belong here. They're deporting Africans and Caribbeans because they don't belong here. But they're not deporting foundational Black Americans, sir. They're not deporting us.
Still have the
Groovy.
majority by far.
Groovy, show your
What do you
bottom
think
I'm a
they're
half.
gonna do with
foundational Black American that
And he's
okay. Hold on. I
There you go.
gotta drop you down. I gotta drop you down, brother, because I gotta drop them down.
Thank
Hold on.
goodness. Thank goodness.
I gotta drop, brother. They violated your page. I'm sorry. I really wanted to have a respectful. That's why I said try to keep it respectful. If you don't throw shots, we won't throw shots. I tried to keep it a
I
respectful.
think it was the watermelon, the black person what got him.
No, I think somebody in the comments reported his page. So listen, y'all. Listen.
Right, that's what I'm saying because he was saying that.
We don't listen. If y'all come in this room, I want y'all to have some tougher skin because we do want to have. I want y'all to see who they are. I get it. You want to report them. They're gonna say some slick stuff. They're gonna do, and I know they always report that. You know, I'm trying to keep this page up. By the way, they always report my page. By the way, but I just want y'all to understand we want to have the conversation. So I'm gonna bring some more people up. I see y'all.
How's it not a flex the fact that we ran the watermelon economy for so many decades, and they think that insulting us with watermelons is a bad thing?
watermelon Americans.
That's like his
Yeah,
granddaddy's
that's what
insult,
I'm
like from
saying.
way back in the day.
What?
But I mean, that's like an insult they used way back in the day.
That,
Like he tried to use
yeah,
it, you know what I mean? Like today, like but he clearly is out of touch. I mean,
that's what
bro
I'm
is just out of
saying.
touch. He probably sit in his basement all day
That's
looking
what
up
I'm
all kinds of
saying.
rhetoric. He's full of stereotypes, and that's how you know
Mm-hmm.
he ain't real. I mean, he came into the conversation hiding his face. It wasn't until I called him a coward that he finally decided,
Exactly.
oh, I gotta,
Aren't y'all glad
I
he
mean,
showed
this
his
whole
face?
live
just
is
say
based off
I
stereotypes. So can you
mean,
fault him
Aren't
for
y'all glad he showed
stereotyping
his?
back?
no,
Aren't y'all
really,
glad he
let's
showed
back
his
it
face?
up.
all right, another profile with no face on it.
So
You
here's the
got your
thing,
hood
brother.
on. Take the hood off.
All
Take
these
the hood
troll
off,
accounts.
He
Klansman.
won't do it. He
Hold on,
won't
hold on,
do
hold
it.
on, hold on,
You
hold on,
guys
hold
are
on.
at the bottom. It's
Hold
not
on.
like you can
Take the
really
hood off,
like.
Klansman.
Another
Before you
You have
guy.
talk, take
no
the hood off,
power.
Klansman. Take the hood
Okay,
off,
hold on, hold on,
Klansman.
hold on. If you're a man, you'll show your face, brother.
Why would I show my face?
You won't hide.
What do I get to
Take the hood
benefit
off.
You
for
won't
that?
Take
hide.
the
If
hood
you're a
off.
man,
I mean, I will
you
give
won't
you
come up in
credit
here
for
with
putting yours
authority over
on
your
with
face.
that
You won't
stupid
be
ass shirt
covering
of
up
yours.
nothing.
I
You'll
mean,
just show your face
like
and have
the
Anyway,
audacity to put on an ugly ass shirt like that and put the
anyway,
camera on. I mean, I'll give you
oh, this
credit for
shirt's
that.
fly, baby. I
Hey,
already got
That
host,
shit is
confirmation.
ugly as hell,
host,
dog.
can I address him, host?
Go ahead and
Can I
address him,
address him?
brother. Go ahead and address him, brother. Go ahead.
Hey, Big T, what's your purpose for coming on here, bro?
Oh well, you're kind of spewing hate and
With your hood
stereotypes
on. Why
and
you on
just
here with your hood on?
lies.
What's your purpose for coming on here, Big T?
Well, just to tell you guys are wrong
about
Okay, what are we
what?
wrong
and
about?
that you're at the bottom. I mean, you're like,
We're
we are the
not.
most educated.
You
You and
are.
Hispanics are in a constant battle for the lowest spot in America in like
Take the
every
hood off.
standard.
Take the hood
You want
off.
to have an
I
argument
got a
or like you're not
PhD. I got a
smart enough for
Hold
PhD.
that?
on. Y'all, no, I know we got a lot of people up here, but listen.
Lowest IQ,
I give special
lowest
privileges to
graduation,
white
lowest
tea.
college
Hold on.
enrollment,
I give special
lowest.
privileges to suspected white tea supremacists because I really want to hear them out. So let this brother talk.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
guys
Hold
are
on.
at the bottom. I mean, it's just kind of that simple. Like, and it's all kind of your fault. You have
Okay.
this victim mentality,
Okay.
and you just blame everyone else for your problems.
Well,
Okay.
why
You
did
say,
I?
Okay.
"Oh,
Why,
white
why did
people are
I?
the biggest
So
threat
tell me
to
Let him
this.
us."
talk. Let him
So
talk.
tell me
Why?
this. Are you
Why?
afraid to? Why are you afraid to show your face? If we're at the bottom and
Yeah.
we're just low IQ and we're irrelevant in society, why are you the one hiding and we're the one visible? Why is that?
Mm.
One
Why
thing
you
doesn't
got
have
your
to
hood
do with
on?
another.
Why is that,
I
Big
Yeah,
T?
it
just
does.
no
You're
need
wearing a
to. It's
hood.
more
You're
than
wearing
just
your Klan's
fucking
hood.
putting your
Take
camera
your Klan's
on.
hood off.
Please tell me how I'm wrong. You're in the lowest of every category. For every
No,
We're
no,
not
one
actually.
That's
BLC
not even
man
true.
killed by
That's
a
not even
white T
true, bro.
man, there's
It's not
9
even true.
more for every single black person. Like,
if
it's 9
you
to 1. And even
hey,
cops, for
do
every
you want to
one
compare?
black unalived by
Do you
cops,
want to
there's
compare?
27 unalived by black.
Do you want to
You are
compare
your own
network
problem. It's
portfolios?
hilarious.
Do you want to compare network portfolios? Put up your network portfolio as your screen, and I'll put mine up, and we can compare who's better.
You
I
gotta
don't
take the
think you
hood
want
off
to do that,
first.
It's
Stevie.
it's not about comparison, but let me tell you like this. Eventually, I'm going to get bored and drop you because you're really not saying anything new. You're not saying anything interesting. You're just regurgitating white tea supremacy talking points, and I'll entertain it for a while. But
I love
after
how
a while, I
stats
just
are
have to get rid
literally
of it.
just YT supremacy talking points. This is what's
Yeah.
gonna
Where
keep
did they
you at the
come
bottom.
from?
Yeah.
You're at the bottom.
Where did they
Like,
come from?
YT
Where
we're
did you
at the
get
people.
those
top of the
stats
Yeah.
screen.
from?
Government
Take a
websites.
book from
Because we
Asians.
know
They
you
are
ain't never researched a
educated,
damn thing
smart,
in your
get
life.
good
You ain't
jobs. You
researched nothing.
sit on
You've never
TikTok
researched or
and
done a
play
study on
music.
anything.
You grew up in
Y'all
rural
don't research
white
anything
tea
either.
America, never
Put
been around
up
black
a
Americans
picture of
at
your
all.
screenshot of
You
your
live in
net
a
worth
small town.
portfolio.
You come from a trailer park. Okay, we know this already, brother. We know we
Put it
can
up.
tell your
Put up a
IQ is not
screenshot of your
See,
net
the
worth
no
difference is
portfolio.
I
intellect in
grew
what
up
you're
poor, but
saying, brother.
I actually took the right steps and
Put
now I
up
make
a
real good
screenshot of your
money.
net worth portfolio. Let's
I don't
What
compare.
would
sit
those
on
You
right
used your
TikTok
steps
privilege.
be?
making
You
What would
used your
those
privilege.
right steps
stupid ass
be?
shirts.
Do you want to compare? Put up a picture of your network portfolio balance. Let's compare.
And take your hood off. Take the hood off.
I'm keeping that damn
And then
hood on.
explain what those right steps
Yeah,
would be.
let's
Like, you
compare.
want a
Let's
race
compare.
war? We're gonna keep this
Let's
race war.
compare. Let's
We
compare.
ain't doing this shit. Like, the
Let's
fuck? You think I'm
compare.
gonna bow down to
You're
y'all?
not
We're
doing
all being
what?
racist
Okay, we got to move
assholes.
on. This guy's boring.
Fuck that, dude. Y'all are at the bottom.
He's boring me. We got to move on. Let's,
Yeah.
Joe.
Yeah, he born.
I'm gonna go talk. Let's talk to Joe. Then we're gonna go to Zeligan next, and then Legend, and then back up to Shah.
Wait, you skipped me in the beginning.
I'm sorry, Dr. Velvet. Go ahead. We're gonna give you the floor right now, Dr. Velvet. Go ahead.
What I wanted to say is that I know that I sound and I might look Eurocentric, but I grew up in a black suburb of a very affluent affluent Jewish suburb. And I literally will do anything to make sure that all of us are represented and defended no matter where I am in any setting. I use my appearance and my diction and lexicon in order to penetrate places that would not allow most of me and my aunties, uncles, and cousins into those places. And I wreak havoc. So I'm just saying, if anything, imagine Malcolm X reincarnated before he forgave people. I never forgave. I never will. That's all I'll say.
Okay. I'm gonna mute you up. There's a bunch of feedback in your background, so I gotta mute you.
I'm sorry.
No, not you, Shah. There's just a bunch of feedback in the background while you were speaking. Okay. Malcolm X. So, what have you done for Black Americans? What have you done?
Me, baby?
Yeah. What have you done for Black Americans?
So I have actually, when I was in college, I was a head of a Black affiliation. Oh, salud. I don't know if you sneezed or anything. I was the head of a Black affiliation council because I wanted to make sure that there were a lot of smart people where I was. I had got my undergrad and my bachelor's in Cleveland State University. I'm from Ohio. And I made sure that we always had the food bank full. And I always made sure that it was primarily targeted towards women that were like single women with kids.
Okay, let me ask you this: what has grown up in those affluent neighborhoods? How has that served you, and how have you been using that to serve the Black community?
So I've been able to realize like how they talk about us. I never associated myself with them, but I hear echoes of what they're saying, and the Jews, they think that they're.
Well, we're gonna say small hats. We're gonna say
Sorry. They think that they're close to us because they think that they've been through as much as us, and it infuriates me when they say that because I'm like, it's y'all aren't the same as what we were, and they think that their persecution is equal to what we have gone through and what we still like go through. And I just try to make sure that whatever I do and whatever crowd I come up on, I seem very pliable at first, and then they let me in there, and then when I encroach up in their endeavors or whatever they are doing, I try to implant some type of.
I'm going to say this. This is where you can be most beneficial to Black America. Keep listening and give us the intel.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. Like,
we're the same thing they do to us, we need to do to them. Keep listening and bring us back the intel.
Exactly. Sorry, I was rambling.
It's okay. We're going to limit the rambling, but keep listening and give us the intel. That's how you can be very valuable to us because we know exactly what's going on over there. Just like they always, whenever we start a live, whenever we talk anything Black, It's like they always show up because they think we're going to give them the intel.
And then always look up the stats of things and always look up ways to contradict everything that they think that they know when it comes to dog whistles, when it comes to statistics, when it comes to anything that like you hear them say like constantly, like that 1350, thing. Bring it up and be like, how easy is it to disprove that? Because 52% of Black men make up the exonerations in the whole United States, and how Black people are 6 to 7 times more likely to be wrongfully convicted of unaliving somebody. And then
that's real stats. There's a lot of Black people in jail who are innocent.
Exactly.
And should be
Facts.
on the That's
Facts.
a fact.
So always remember
And we
those.
make up the majority. Did y'all? I hope my YT supremacists or alleged YT supremacists are listening.
So
You know what the funniest stat they like to keep saying?
Free
is
Tory.
the-
How about this? Free Tory Lanes. Let's start with that. Free Tory.
Facts.
Free Tory.
The funniest stat they got is the black on black crime one, but then when we talk about police brutality, they say YTs are killed more by the police. I'm sorry, unalived by the police more. Somebody explain that to me. How can we be committing the most crime but being unalived by the police less?
They're looking at the arrest rates versus the actual convictions, and that's why it's always erroneous. So they're looking at who gets arrested for it versus who actually gets convicted for it, and then they don't even think when it comes to the exonerations. So always
Right, I know that, but do you see how that just sounds off? Like, how is it BLK are committing the most crimes, but when it comes to the unaliving by the police, it's YT? Just think about that. Wait a minute, that doesn't make sense.
Well, the idea is that they're going to swallow that cherry that they picked and make it the biggest, most delicious thing that they've ever tasted in their lives. But all they're doing is cherry picking data and trying to make it seem like this is the entire stat.
That's right. Let me hear from Joe.
Yeah.
Joe 𝗔𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀𝗀𝗶cie. How are you
Good
today,
morning,
sir?
everybody. How's everybody doing?
Fantastic.
Okay. Basically, I just want to address the anti-Black hate 2025 that you have up on there. Okay. My personal view, and this is me. Okay.
Hold on. Where's your family from? Where's your family from?
Oh, I'm sorry. Born here. I'm from Brooklyn. Family, everything. Yes.
What's your ethnicity? What's your lineage?
I'm actually a mutt. Polish, English, Swedish, and Scotch.
white.
White tea. Okay. Very good.
Okay.
What?
Okay. So my view on this, okay, is the louder people speak up for themselves, the more pushback there's going to be. Okay? It doesn't matter which side of the fence you're on. Okay? So any individual that stands up for himself, there's going to be people who are going to push back on it because they are either afraid of the view or they just don't want to understand the view.
Okay. So what does that mean exactly? Or as opposed to the rise of anti-Black hate? Are you saying that Black people are speaking up more? That's why there's more anti-Black hate?
Correct.
Okay.
Speaking of speaking up more,
Maybe.
you all realize that the Ohio Attorney General is attempting to prevent Mr. Hinton from having any sort of crowdfunding.
There's with the states in both were Breonna Taylor and what's his name? The one that was by the cop and that started 2020. What's his name? I'm sorry, I don't remember.
Who did who?
The cop that did
Miss Massey?
no in Wisconsin, I think. What's his name? He was the one, George Floyd. They're making it. They're making it so that they are absolved of all guilt, or they don't have to go to court for doing whatever they do. It's just passed, like within the past.
They don't want to go to court anymore. They only want bench trial so they can use the system, a la the lone judge, to come to the decision. But they know if they take it to the public, if the police are put before 12, they're going down. So they're going to do everything that they can to prevent themselves by being judged by 12. And they have proven that cheating is their normal way of functioning this system.
Yeah.
That's their way to get a hold of white, this white. That's their way of getting back that white privilege that they feel like they're losing. Whenever the system is balanced and there's fairness, Black Americans, we win. We win in a fair system. If
Did you hear about
we because it's almost like it's unfair for everybody else if it's fair. So they feel like they're losing that whitey privilege that they try to deny that they never had. They feel like so they have to do things to get it back, and this is one of them. So we want to see this because we need Black Americans to wake up. The ones that are still sleeping, the ones that are still we even need to wake up some of these Sambos, even though I don't think there's no help for a Sambo, but we need to wake up some of these Sambos to realize, hey man, listen, being buddy with these YT people is really not going to work out the way I thought it was.
Did you hear about how they, in 2020, they reversed the fact that if you were to be say that you were mixed race or you were other, they just automatically put you into being YT as of recently?
Well, that's wow. We know that one drop rule has always been around, so that's different. I want to see.
They got to make up their numbers, man. They have to make them numbers up. They don't care how they make them up now.
Look, it went from 40,000 people that voted, or the census said that was true, to like 11,000, and then it went from 11,000, from that it gained 11,000 YT people from it.
Okay, well,
that's crazy.
Well, we know the Hispanics are boosting up their numbers because they consider them a lot of Hispanics consider themselves YT. We know that.
Well, they are.
We know that. Oh, well, yeah, I got you. You know, they want to claim indigenous, but they really got more European ancestry than they got indigenous or whatever they claim they think they got.
They are.
So it is what it is. That's interesting. Anything else, Joe? You want to add to the table? I mean, that's interesting. You know, the more Black people keep standing on business, the more they're going to be like, "Oh, I'm tired of these Black folks." I can feel that. I can feel that.
And but the other thing is, okay, I'm just going to throw this in. I've been floating around with a lot of the conversations in a lot of different rooms today. I've come across several different chats dealing with racism and a lot of this stuff being thrown around. Okay. I just need to find out one thing. I walked into one chat and the first thing that was told to me is I need to be held accountable and give back everything that I've taken from a race. I don't understand how that, and maybe it's
you would say might not have took it, but somebody in your family tree did something, and that's probably what they're saying.
Understood. And I agree with you there, but
you benefit, and you're the beneficiary of that. You benefited from 1865 Homestead Act. You benefited from the redlining. You benefited from that.
Mm-hmm.
So I should be held accountable for everything that's happened.
How much you think is gonna come out your bank account or your taxes because of that? Like
no. Here's what we're saying. Here's what really needs to happen, right? This is what it is, and all YT America needs to just get on board with this. Give Black people the reparations.
See,
just give. I don't care if it come out your tax. I mean, you gave it to Ukraine, you gave it to everybody else. Mm-hmm. Give Black people reparations, and you can keep whatever you got today, but give us our cash so we can build what we need to build again. And if y'all want to go on one side of America and we go on the other side, we'll figure that out. But give us our cash and leave us alone.
Exactly.
That's all Black people are really saying. This is our land. We know it. We're not going to be tricked off of it. You're not going to call us Africans because we're not Africans.
No, exactly.
We're not Africans. We are Americans. We are the real definition of American.
Black Americans.
Just look up the 1828 Webster Dictionary and ask what is the definition of American, and you're going to see it's us, right? And y'all white people didn't consider themselves Americans until the 1900s something. That's when American definition actually changed and included all the YT Europeans that came over here from Ellis Island and so on and so forth. So it's not that you got to give back your stuff. You just got to tell your people, hey, give these people their money, because it's like Moses talking to Pharaoh. You better let God's people go, because the birth rates are already dwindling, and that's not our fault. That's just nature. We had nothing to do with the birth rates, or none of that. The so-called YT privileges is kind of hanging in the balance right now, because again, all black people want is fairness. That's all we ever wanted. It was fair. We don't want no race war. We don't want none of that other stuff. We want fair, because we know if it's fair, a lot of us are going to come up and win. A lot of us.
It's equity versus.
We're already winning, and we're supposedly at the bottom. Everybody keeps pushing us at the bottom. We're supposedly at the bottom. We're probably at the bottom when it comes to getting government resources. But a lot of us aren't. We're not fighting for government resources anymore. We're just competing we're competing globally, and we've been competing globally.
But what?
Stop trying to throw us into financial debt in order to get to financial freedom.
So we know y'all control the banks and things like that, or y'all want to say the small hats do, or whatever y'all want to say. We're like, cool. We're gonna jump onto this blockchain thing, and we're gonna do leaps and bounds around everybody. Once my people wake up and understand blockchain technology was invented by God for Black Americans, we're gonna be all right. Because blockchain technology is the definition of fairness, is the definition of transparency, is the definition of integrity. That's all Black people want. So you can keep the little stuff that your family made sure you got, but give Black Americans their money, and we won't worry about you giving back anything. You keep what you got and give us what we want.
It's equity versus equality.
Understood.
Equity versus equality.
Go ahead, hold on, let him speak. Go ahead, Joe.
Equity versus equality.
Oh, go ahead, Joe.
Okay, I do understand where you're coming from in respect of what you're saying. What I'm saying is very simple. So how you view me is not prejudice.
Pero mira, no.
Everybody, hold on.
Answer that. I'm sorry.
Everybody's prejudice, sir. Everybody has a prejudice. It's called preference. I prefer my burger with no mayo. You might like mayo. I don't like mayo. It's a preference. It's not racial. It's just I prefer to be around my people just like you prefer to be around your people. That has nothing to do with I want to unalive you. I want to go in there and string you up and put you on a tree and do things to your genital. You know, none of that freaky stuff is going on. I don't want to buck break you. I don't want to do none of that. I want to shake your hand and pass it. I want to do business, do square business, and then go back home to my family. That's it.
Y Jose,
I don't feel no. Listen. YT people. A lot of white people are nice people. I'm gonna keep it. Y'all nice people. I don't want to bother nice people. I'm not a bully. I don't want to bother nice people. I want to leave y'all alone. I want y'all to leave me alone. When it comes time for us to conduct and do business or interact, we're gonna be cordial. There's a social contract in place. We're gonna be respectful. I respect you. You respect me, and I'm cool with that. I don't want to harm you. I don't want to do nothing to your family. I don't want to do nothing about nothing. All I want to do is build up my family. That's it. I want to be left alone to do it.
Sí. Right. Pero mira, José, literalmente nada de todo de tu vida está más mala porque eres de cualquier país eres.
Hold on. Go ahead, Joe. Did that make sense, Joe?
Yes, it made sense. And like I said, I agree. Me personally, I can't speak for communities or anything like that. I try to get along with everybody. I am always open to learning new views and learning new things about people. Okay? To basically come and go, okay, my view is this way, and it's not recognized.
¿Y cuántos años tiene?
Hey, speak English, please. That's very disrespectful.
Hold on. Yeah, hold on. I keep hearing in the background. I'm like, Joe is talking. Go ahead, Joe.
What I'm trying to say is, basically, everybody comes up to have discussions, and everyone points their point of view. It's kind of not correct to turn around and tell somebody that their view is incorrect. You can say, hey, you know what? I disagree with how you're thinking. But to turn around and tell somebody that they're outright wrong for a view. Maybe they're not raised the same as you. Maybe their teaching is not as educated as you. You have to take some of these things into effect. It doesn't matter your color, your race, your nationality.
The reason why I was speaking to him in Spanish is because I was trying to understand what generation he comes from.
Okay, hold on. This is allow us to have the conversation. Let's not get. I don't want to get too distracted. Joe, I don't see anybody not doing that or not understanding that in general as black people. You know, listen, we have all ranges of black people, just like there's all ranges of white people, right? You're gonna have some black people that are just with the bullshit. They whatever you bring, they bring, and they matching energy. And you're gonna have some black people that are just ignorant, and you're gonna have some black people who are highly, highly intelligent. We have a wide spectrum here. So when you're saying believe, everybody needs to just accept no, it's never really gonna be that way. There's always gonna be pushback to an idea. As long as the idea didn't come from me, I'm gonna push back. That's human nature. It's always that's how debates happen. That's why disagreement. That's why WARs happen, because you might have a good idea. You might have something good to say, but it didn't come from me. So it's going to take a while to warm up to me because I don't trust it because it came from outside of me. And that's just the way the world is. But we got to get past that. It's not about prejudices or anything like that. It's about the social contract, and do you respect another human being? Are you going to allow this human being to live free and unencumbered, or are you going to try to go in and colonize and control? That's always been the problem with white America. Y'all have this innate, what's the word I'm looking for? Entitlement to the world. It's not our fault that you're 7 to 8% of the population globally. It's not our fault. Just because you're 7 to 8% of the population globally doesn't give you the right to feel entitled to dominate every area because you feel like people want to unalive your existence. And that's not true. Nobody came into Europe. No black people have come into Europe and tried to take over and colonize anything over there. Now, maybe the Moors did, but y'all got them up out the paint. We're not the Moors. Black Americans are not Moors. Okay? And any Moors up in here, we don't rock with y'all. Y'all go do y'all Moorish temple mindset foolery scam over in Africa. Leave Americans alone. Because we're not with that. And black Americans have been the most resistant people to your propaganda, your colonization, and your control. And that's why y'all so mad. That's really what it is. Y'all can't control black Americans like y'all think y'all can. And a lot of us are coming up out of the Great Reset is really about us coming up out of the witchcraft and the propaganda. And we just gonna be like, listen, you can try it if you want to, but we're not taking it. Now we can be peaceful. We can be peaceful, but if you bring it, we're gonna match that energy, and it's not gonna be what you thought it was gonna be. I don't care how many pews y'all got stored up, and I don't care what military y'all think y'all got. It's not gonna be what y'all think. We are a magical people. This was an empire before y'all came. We were doing some phenomenal things. Now we may have got too cozy and too nice, and we built such a perfect world that we forgot to protect it. But we've wakened up from that, and we're like, hey, we're gonna stand on business from here on out until eternity. So all we're saying is peacefully, leave us alone. I don't even care that if you have racist mindset and ideas and thoughts, just don't bring them over to me. You bring them over to me, you start using a hard N-word on me, guess what? I'm not gonna allow you to do that. And we're not worried about the consequences. Look at Rodney Henson Jr. We're not worried about we're willing to go all the way now. And if enough of us have that mindset of willing to go all the way now, there's no jail, there's no consequence that can stop us from doing what we want to do in this country. I don't care that we're 15%. I don't care. We don't care. We're going to make y'all have to go back to the 1600s. We're going to make y'all use everything y'all got on us, and that's just what it's going to be. But we're saying we want peace. Leave us alone. We want to build. Give us our money. Let us do what we got to do. And you'll be fine, because black people inherently help everybody. Inherently, we love everybody. It's not in us really to hate. We have every right to hate, but it's really not in us to. So be thankful that there is a Most High somewhere that put something in Black Americans to say we don't hate y'all. Despite what y'all did to our ancestors, despite your colonial power and rule and y'all fear, you projecting your fear on Black Americans. Regardless of that, we're still hey man, we're cool, man. Just leave us alone.
Host, can I ask you something?
Go ahead, brother.
All right, so I'm originally from Jamaica, right?
Okay.
I'm legally here in the United States. Legally, keyword, right?
Okay.
And I have a Black American daughter, okay, and a bunch of friends and families that I hold dear here. Okay, I live here, so this is my country, because this is where I live, regardless. Because if anything happens, I have to defend my family, my friends, and this country.
You're okay. I want you. See, listen. I have no. I get it, but I want you to understand this. I want to understand. You're a citizen here in this country. This is Black American country. This is our country. You're still a guest here. I get it. You live here now, but you have a homeland. You have a whole homeland that you can go to any time. What
Correct.
we're asking everybody to do is go build up your homeland. We want to visit one day, but not right now. We got to focus on what we got going on here in America. We got a lot of stuff going on here.
And
We're
just
saying
because
go
you
focus
came
on
over
your
here
homeland.
and procreated and had some anchor babies don't mean that this is your country, sir.
Yeah, we're getting rid of that
Hold on,
birthright
hold on.
Y'all
citizenship.
just got
Hold
here.
on, Amara.
And listen. I'm not trying to have the diaspora WARs right now, but you brought it up. I just want to say this. Listen, brother, I don't have any problem with the Caribbean. I don't have any problem with people of Caribbean descent. I don't have any problem with you getting some of our women and having a baby and living life. But I want you to always understand, just like when we go to Jamaica, we don't say that Jamaica's our country
Yeah,
now.
this my
We don't
country
do that.
now. What the hell?
We
Come
don't
on
do
now.
that. We don't go over to Jamaica and have a Jamaican wife and say Jamaica is our country now. You're a citizen. We're going to be a guest, and we expect you to understand that as long as you have respect for us, we're going to have respect for you. That's it.
Do you know why I say it's my country, brother?
Go ahead.
Huh?
You said because you have children
Amara,
here,
I'm
and if
talking
something
to the
goes
host,
down, but it
Amara.
don't matter.
Hold on.
I'm speaking with the host, not
Go
you.
ahead. Go ahead.
Can
Go
he
ahead.
You
get
know
to
why I
the
say
point instead of the long talking? Because they all do this shit.
you're disrespectful. First and
No,
foremost,
you're disrespectful.
Hold on. We're
You
not
were
going to do that.
disrespectful
We're not going to do
first.
that on my platform. We're not going to do that. I'm asking people to be respectful. Don't get triggered emotionally. I'm asking people to bring logic and intellect here.
right,
I want to hear the brother out. Go ahead.
right. So the reason I say this is my country, right? Because I identify with you. I look at you, and you look like me,
Too
right?
much.
I'm going to get him, Amar. Don't worry. I'm going to get him. Go ahead.
Okay, so I identify with you. You look like me, right? So the people make a nation. So I see you and I say, this is my people. This is my country based on what I see. Okay, whether you Black American, whether we are all of Afro descent, right? That's why I said that.
Okay. Afro is an American word, so I can kind of rock with that. But I'm not African. I don't.
No, I didn't say you're African. I said Afro descent.
Okay, I got you. I say I rock with Afro. I rock with Afro. But
Right,
I'll say this. In a larger spectrum, if there were no borders and there was no United States and it was the Americas, yeah, we all one. We all that people. But in this sense of United States, and we do have the borders, we're saying respectfully, sir, we don't look the way you look at us. We don't necessarily look at you and think we're Jamaican. Or we're Caribbean.
I didn't say Jamaican. I didn't put a title to it. Remember?
I know. I'm just saying we don't look at ourselves and be like, hey man, I feel affinity to the Caribbeans because they look like us. And no. Listen, we understand why. The reason why is because we're fly. The reason why is because we're black globally. We're the picture of black globally. So of course you want to identify with this greatness that we have here. And I'm not trying to minimize anything. I'm just saying that's why it's easy to. It's easy to be like, man, okay, these brothers, they got swag, they got this, they got that.
No, I don't identify with you for that, bro.
But in the perspective of things, you're not us.
I don't identify with you with that, bro.
Your lineage is not our lineage. We have a different lineage. So when you say America as a whole, America, you're a citizen here, and I'm glad you came here legally. But we can be cordial, we can rock, we can hang out, you know, things like that. But you have your own lineage, and I have my own lineage, and you need to respect that.
You think that's a problem? That separation right there is a problem within the self?
No,
Say something too much.
because all races do. All races do.
Respectfully, this is the issue with it. It's not reciprocal. Okay, you see how we're offended by this gentleman saying something. If he looked at us as extended family or all one people, he would be trying to unpack why it's offensive, and he just wouldn't do it no more. He wouldn't try to convince us. Please, I'm speaking. I asked to speak.
Everybody on the platform, sir. We're going to respect everybody on the platform. Go ahead.
So instead of self-reflecting and seeing how he can move that not offends us, he's trying to break our backs in and kick our heads in and pee in our ear and tell us that it's raining to try to convince us that there's some facade of camaraderie. And I don't accept it, because I cannot go over to Jamaica and simply speak and say how he is saying. I can't go over to any of these other melanated countries and step foot on that land and say, because these people look like me, this is my land and this is my country. It's just simply disrespectful, and we are the only people that are forced to be open-armed and to accept this type of stuff when they are allowed to celebrate Jove and Carnival and this and that and Haitian Flag Day and all this and that. And it clearly be about them and their people and the fight that they went through and the contributions and accomplishment of them. They are the only people. It's only Black Americans where we gotta let everybody melanated be a part of what we have.
And let's not talk about
I
Juneteenth.
don't like it. It is disrespectful, and I'm telling you that it's disrespectful. And if you keep trying to force it, I'm going to believe that you want to be disrespectful, because now you know I have told you that what you are doing is disrespectful. Everybody up here was offended by what you said and tried to correct you. So if you don't correct,
everybody,
I'm going to be convinced that you want to be disrespectful, and then I'm going to have that smoke with you. So then don't cry.
I don't have any smoke with you because I operate on an intellectual, intelligent level.
Nothing that you said was intellectual. You gave no scholarship.
You're listening to respond, okay? I'm not listening to respond, lady. Okay.
Let's talk about Juneteenth, though. Y'all can't celebrate.
Let me interject this right quick, panel. We got a full panel here. We only got 8,000 likes. Let's get this thing up to 15,000 likes.
Right.
Get the likes up, people. Get the likes up. Stop hating on Black content creators. Get the likes up. Don't be a hater. Get the likes up. Y'all will give
it's almost Juneteenth.
Y'all walk in rooms and y'all have 100,000 likes and y'all ain't even talking about nothing. We're talking about something here.
It's almost Juneteenth.
Respect the room. Hold on. I'm interested. I want to hear how do you say your name, brother? Because your name is cut off. How do you say your name?
Are you talking to me?
No. The brother here.
Sean?
The Caribbean brother.
Oh, me, Sean?
Okay, I couldn't see that. Okay, Sean, go ahead, brother. I'm interested in the conversation. It's interesting. Go ahead.
Okay, I got another question for you, right, host? So we're learning from each other, right? As Black men, because I am a Black man from another country. Bottom line, okay?
You're melanated. I'll give you that.
Right.
You're melanated.
Right. So I got a question for you. So me coming from my country, right, and fighting through slavery and the oppressors like you guys have, right, and kicked them out of our country and gain our independence, right? Do you feel, right, as a Black American, that the people here of color have earned their independence and that they are independent?
I believe you have a country that is run by majority of melanated people in your country, and I believe that you earned your right to be independent and to govern yourselves. And I think that you don't have a right to get into our politics in this country and meddle with anything that have to do with Black Americans whatsoever. I don't think you need to be speaking for us. I don't think you need to be teaching us anything, because if you have a whole country that you're running and it's not being run that well, it's not doing that well. I think you need to focus on your homeland and getting your homeland to the standard that it's supposed to be, because we built this over here. The reason why everybody's able to come over here and enjoy what America is because of what we built. It's because of we're the foundation. We laid those
Dr.
blocks.
Velvet, can you go on mute because there's too much echoing and stuff going on?
I'm sorry, baby.
Yeah, mute up, please.
Just tell me and I'll do it.
Mute up,
Okay.
please. Everybody mute up. So we made it possible for everybody to come over here and enjoy what's good over here. And it's getting to the point where it's not that we're xenophobic. We're just saying, listen, man, we're tired of the disrespect. You're not going to disrespect us on our own homeland. The reason why you're not over there is because it's popping over here. And it's not because of YT people like you thought. It's because of foundational Black Americans only. That's all we're saying. Get out of our politics. Stop trying to tell us what we need to do. Black people, no. Worry about what's going on in Jamaica. We're going to worry about what Black America needs to attend to. And that's that. It's my lineage, not yours. So focus on your lineage, and let me focus on mine.
Yeah, too much. Can I just say, it's the unsolicited opinions. I could understand if we were asking for these people's help, but they're basically coming over here saying that they're us and then telling us what we should be doing, how we should be identifying, how we're African, how we're this. We need to say this. We need to identify as this. And it's like, bro, chill out. That's all we asking. Is that too much?
Right? And me personally, I've never turned to anybody to identify as me. I don't operate like that. I just see you as a melanated person.
Right here in the
And
past,
that's the issue.
in the past,
See,
Black
as a
people-
melanated person, you get that Black governor, who votes against reparations. See, that's that people of color.
Period.
See, he's coming up in here. He got into elected politics. He got into a position where he could actually affect people's lives. And he is not.
I gotta drop some people, y'all. I gotta bring up my girl. So don't just request back up. If I drop you, it's not that I have anything against you or anything like that. I just gotta bring up. I got some people that are I gotta give preferential treatment to my mods and people who are subscribers to the channel. So forgive me.
So again, when that governor, who was an immigrant,
Put me on the big
who is
box.
posing as
Put
a
me on the
Black
big
person,
box.
decides that he's going to tell Black people, no, we got nothing for you. No, you're not working in our interest. You're not working in our best favor.
This is all
You're working
melanated
against
people
us.
right here. Nigerian American candidate running for Michigan governor said the first thing he's going to do is do what?
That is disrespectful.
So who is he appealing to? Who is he appealing to? He's not appealing
Obviously,
to Black
white people
America.
are stupid.
He's appealing to YT America. That's the problem. A lot of the immigrants that come over here, they want to join with YT supremacy against us. So that's why we're saying, hey man, you got to respect my lineage. You're not coming to the cookout no more, because
I wouldn't say
what's
it's all immigrants, though. It's some of them. It's like particular ones.
And y'all always do this. It don't matter.
We
Show me
cannot take
one.
that chance anymore.
Understandable how you feel, but how do you feel about the lineage that you're
You
speaking
can
of?
take
right?
me off the big box too much. They
Black
made the point.
American
Thank you.
and Black American, right, doing what they do to each other. How do you feel about that?
That's our business. That's nobody's
Yeah.
business.
They always try to do that. They always
I'm just going off.
They
of the
always
conversation.
try to do that.
But
No,
that's
you
not
ain't.
the
No,
same
no.
thing.
No, I'm
Pivot.
not
Bring
going-
it back.
I'm
No,
not
bring it back to
trying
the
to-
point. Bring it back to the
Our
point.
business.
Bring it back to the point.
Which
Bring it back to the point. Bring it back to the point. They
Which
always try to
host?
do this. Well, what
Which
about
host?
Asian people?
Hold on,
What
hold on.
about
Which
white
host?
people? And what
Host.
about black
Which
on black
host?
crime?
Which host? I
Black on
understand and I respect exactly what you're saying because I've been sitting listening. You got to listen to learn. So I'm with you, host. What you're
Yeah,
saying,
that's
100%.
our business. If we want to have a couple gang bangers in the hood, go bang it out. That's on them. Let them do it. That don't make black people nothing because most majority of black people are not doing that. That's 17% of black Americans that go bang it out on the block.
And that's in every community, so why are you talking about that?
Yeah, so we don't
That's
care.
a
It's our
deflection.
business. We have infighting. It's called family business. Stay out of family business. As long as we're not bringing our family business over to your family, don't worry about it. We can unalive as many of us if we want to. It's family. It's our business. We gonna deal with it.
Oh, got you. See your standpoint.
Good morning. Good morning.
And guess
Good
what?
morning,
You
Too
wouldn't
Much. How
have to
you
worry
doing?
about it if you
Good
weren't
morning,
over
baby.
here. If you stayed in your country, you wouldn't have to
No,
worry about any problems and
I'm
things
not
that
gonna.
go on over
I'm
here.
not gonna feed
And that's
into
an
none of
easy
that energy,
fix. That's
Amara.
an easy
I
Hey,
don't
fix.
do
host.
that.
Hey, host. Let me know when
That's
I
an
can
easy
drop. Let me
fix.
know when I can go, host.
I don't feed into that energy, Amara.
It's an easy
Okay.
fix. If you
Okay.
don't
Hold
like
on.
our
Hey, Uncle.
violence
Hey,
and our
cousin.
things that go on over here, you don't gotta come over
Hold
here.
on. Who said that? Who said they want to speak? Who was that?
That was Legend.
Legend.
Legend. Go ahead, Legend. Go ahead, Legend.
Okay. Man, thanks for letting me come on, man. I love
Sean,
this.
you have to go on mute. You have a echo.
Hold on, let me
Hold on.
mute.
Hold on. Mute up, please.
Man, I love this topic. I love this mindset. Is fresh and it's understanding. And so many topics that I want to hit on. First of all, let me talk about
Please mute your phone, Sean.
let me talk about the race
Help them
right
out,
that
Mods. Help them out,
the
Mods.
white
Mute them up.
tees that the white tees always like to talk about it. First of all, they need to get that out the way because they're way outnumbered. They have white tees that love us that will bang against them. They have interrated mixed in with us that will bang against them. And then they have us as a whole. So they're outnumbered. So they need to stop addressing such thing as even could be a race riot. Second of all,
So let me
I,
hold on. Before you go, let me just interject real quick because I like what you're going to do. Listen, y'all. There are very few radical YTs.
yes,
There may be radical there may be YT
it's impossible.
supremacists who feel sympathetic towards them, but they're the ones that are not going to do anything. But you're talking about the radical ones,
It's
man.
impossible.
We'll
They
stomp
need to
them
stop
out. Go
having that
ahead.
conversation. We need to stop even entertaining it because it's like, okay, just disregard it when they say it. Uh, Second of all, we as a people over here, we're invented it so much. And just like the host says, just leave us alone. When I'm from Shreveport, Louisiana, and you look up Shreveport, Louisiana, it was an oil rig, like one of the first oil rigs and built in Shreveport, Louisiana. When we built it, they invented a mechanism that they use to this day that we invented, and white tees was pew-pewing at them to take it. All we need to do is to leave us alone and let us do it. As far as reparations, I firmly believe, this is me now, that we got something much greater coming than a reparation that we could possibly get. This is the reason why they're not wanting to give it to us. I believe it's something that's coming that's going to be far more greater than any reparation that they can ever possibly give us. Far as them Nigerians who partake in whatever coming over and taking, oh, there's no Black History Month.
Hold on real quick. I want to go back. I want you. What do you believe that's far greater? What do you believe that far greater?
You know what? You ever have like an inkling, a feeling like as you things moving, it's something I feel like it's something.
Let me tell you what it is.
In me, it's telling me that
You feeling that karmic energy from the
man, I'm
universe
feeling something.
raining down.
I don't know
And
how
I get
y'all
that,
feel,
but
I'm
I
feeling
get that,
something
brother. But
that
it's
is
like
so
this:
much greater. And you're gonna
the
remember this
government
spot.
must
You're gonna
pay
remember
for
me.
its crimes
It's
against
something
humanity.
coming that's so much greater than what we trying to ask for, give for as reparation. And this is what I feel. This is me personally.
Let me say it like this, brother. Let me say it like this because I get it. I get it. But guess what? Blockchain technology is here. That's far much greater.
Yeah.
But we still gonna get that money.
I understand that, bro.
That's what
I
you feel.
understand what you're saying.
That's what you feel. That's far more greater because the moment Black people adopt blockchain technology, we leapfrog up. We leapfrog.
Mhm. It may be that, but it's something. Let me cook for a little bit. all this videos of what's going on with us in this country, us waking up, and all the things that has been done to us. Our children fed to alligators, our testicles been cut, our skin been ate, our flesh been ate. All this video, all this information that you've seen and hearing, all this footage of the unaliving of brothers on camera, all these things that they have us in these cells locked up, unjustified. All this is evidence. So when the reckoning comes, it's coming. It's coming. And we're going to experience it in our lifetime. This coming down in our lifetime. So I want to land it there. I don't want to be too long with it, but I love it. I love this. Hold on, let me finish this. I love this. I love where your mind is going with this, because here's the thing. I want to say this about to the Hispanics. Hispanics say, they can say the N-word. I don't know what I can say, because I got to watch how I talk on TikTok, because I can't talk as free as I want. Hispanics say they can say the N-word because they're black, but because they BLK or whatever. But we can't say we Hispanics. Make it make sense.
They can't say the N-word. That's a lie, brother.
That's what I'm saying. And we as a people got them going around here freely talking as if they can say that. And I'm gonna land it right there. But hey, brother, I love you. I thank you. Man, keep going. So I salute you, brother.
Appreciate it, brother. Let me bring some more people up.
Drop me down.
Yes. Let me bring some. Let me bring some more people up real quick. I want to bring.
Thanks to the panel for getting that up to 16,000 likes.
Let me bring up.
Our next goal is 25,000.
Let me bring up the Mexican real quick. That was in there trying to come up. We bring him up. Hold on, Rafa. Before we go,
block him. I'm sorry, I almost blocked him. I didn't block him. No.
Thank you. Don't block him. We're not going. But hold on. Before we get to you, I want to get to Jamal. Jamal, is that your name? Jamal, are you there? Okay, we're gonna drop him down. Mimi, go ahead, Mimi.
Oh, Rafa can go first. It's okay.
Okay, Rafa, go ahead, brother. You've been summoned. Go ahead, Rafa.
Oh, what's up? My bad, my AirPod out. What's up?
No problem. What's up, brother? Talk to me.
No, I was just saying, like, I was just messing with y'all. I was saying, like, y'all talking about, like, blacks and whites. I said, what about the Mexicans and shit? You know what I'm saying?
What about them?
Okay, so what do you got to say?
What about
Come
them?
on now, look, you up here now. Say it. Say what you got to say for the Mexicans.
Hey, calm down. Don't get all crazy on me. I'm just saying, like.
This is your time to shine. You wanted to speak for the Mexicans, so I'm telling you, get to it. Underlay.
Hold on. We're not. Hold on. We're gonna still until he becomes disrespectful. We're gonna give everybody.
He was disrespectful in the chat.
I didn't hear all the chat. I just heard him say, "What about the Mexicans?" So, brother, you're up here. I'm giving you the floor.
I'm just saying, like, y'all talk about this and that left and right. You know what I'm saying, but I'm like, shit, like, we're here too, bro. We're here too.
Okay.
Aquí estamos nosotros también.
Okay, what are y'all here for? Okay, what are y'all here for? What are you in America for, brother? Let's go there. What are you in America for?
What am I in America for? Because I build houses.
You build houses.
So you came here for an opportunity.
I didn't come here for an opportunity. I was here already.
You can't build houses in Mexico?
No, I didn't come from Mexico. I was right here.
Okay, where's your? Okay, you're Mexican, right?
Yeah.
So there's a country called Mexico, right?
Because my parents and that came from over there. I said, just because they came from over there, but like, since who knows how long they've been here, and we're all fucking citizens and all that shit. Like that.
Have you been here longer than Black Americans?
I got my shit.
Have you been here longer than Black Americans, sir? Have you been here longer than Black Americans?
Huh?
Have you been here longer than Black Americans, sir?
You don't heard of Ponce de Leon?
I'm talking about the United States.
You don't heard of Ponce de Leon or no?
I do know Ponce de Leon, but I'm talking about the United States. Have you been here longer than Black Americans in the United States? The United States, sir.
Yeah, it was the United States, yeah.
No.
Okay, so what is the conversation? What is it that you want to be included in? What you want to say? What you're trying to say?
What I want to say is that I'm here, and I back up my shit, and I build my shit, and I don't ask
Boy,
anybody
bye.
for
Is this
anything.
what we really
Yeah,
doing? Come on.
Wait a
I thought
minute,
it was
wait a
going to
minute,
be an
Amara. Wait a
interesting
minute. Wait to
conversation.
let him talk. Let
Hold
me
on,
hear what
no,
he
no.
trying to. He gone.
No.
Yeah, no,
He
I
ain't
had to
trying
drop
to
him because
say nothing.
he's not saying anything. I gave him preferential treatment above everybody else who's waiting, and I brought him up, and I thought he was gonna have an interesting conversation. That's what I thought. But he's like, I'm here, fool. I ain't well, I'm here, fool. I just
No,
want
but I get that. I get that every time in my when I make like on a video, if I comment and we say black, 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 I notice now that they're starting to say, because one guy asked me, he say, so why didn't you open that up and just say all of us? We're Hispanic, it's all of us. I said because it ain't always been all of us.
And see,
It
at
ain't
the end of
always.
the day, I
And they
hear
don't
what
keep
Lady
black people
Isis. Hold on,
ever.
I hear what Lady Isis is saying in the chat, but that's not what he came up on. I could understand if he was intellectual and had some scholarship. It was like, you know what, the Mayan and the Mayan and the Aztec and this and that and my people. He didn't come up on that. He was like,
But
oh,
what about the
we here
Mexicans?
and and then I was like, okay, you ain't even providing nothing, man. Like, come on.
And
So
he
that's
won't talk. He's
hold
not talking
on,
about
y'all,
the
hold on, y'all.
Mexican native.
Listen. This is a myth that we keep giving them indigenous rights here.
I
They
know,
are
but I'm just saying
more.
he didn't even come up
They
on
are
that.
more Spaniard than they are anything indigenous. They're Spanish. They're Spain. They're
They're mixed,
Hispanic means belong to Spain. They belong to Spain. Spain
but
ran
they're
all
they're
of
Some of
mixed
them
America.
was
though.
here
They're
with us.
mixed. They're
Well, we
indigenous
don't
and
mind the
Spanish.
conversation, but we're just
The
trying to
Native
figure out what is the
American,
conversation. They never had a conversation for
Yeah,
us before
hold
now.
on, but
the
let's
They
not
never
wise,
had
argue.
to.
Hold on, but let's not argue their point. I think we can all agree that we just dropped
because we
him because
work
he
on
didn't
our Black
have an
American.
An
actual
actual
point.
point,
They didn't
true.
have a point.
Yeah.
He
What a fool.
didn't.
I'm Mexican fool. I'm here,
Good
fool.
morning.
Hey, I'm
Well,
here.
Good morning.
well, well,
I'm
host,
loving this proud Black
host and
American
panel,
because you
thank
don't
you for
never get
having
this
me.
one.
I
You'll
just want
never
to
get
leave
this
you
one.
know, I love my black people. Amara, quit being
Amara
so overly
swinging.
loud.
Listen, I
Okay.
love your life, girl. I
All
love
right.
your life, girl.
Thank you,
Hold them
host. I'll follow
accountable.
you.
Because
Thank you.
everybody capitalizes on who we are, Black American culture, but yet we have no history. It's stolen. Everybody wants to seek refuge here, and
I
we're
have the
uh,
issue. I
we're
have the
still
issue,
fighting for
man.
human rights and civil rights, and dogs have rights, and gay people have rights. And you're coming to seek your citizenship here, and we're still fighting for respect. Period. So, and the whole world is emulating us. The whole world is emulating us. They capitalize on our look. They capitalize on our sound, our slang, our struggle, and we get nothing for it. This country was built on the backs of Black and brown people. That's
And
been
And
here.
see,
now
so
they
the
want to
reason why
sit
I
under the
The
swing,
education
shade of
system is
black
and I
fucked
people's
up.
just want to
pain.
clarify for y'all, the reason why I swing and I windmill is because I already know all of that. What I don't appreciate is that there's a lack of reciprocity. All of the melanated groups all over the world like to do this cry woe is me thing, and when we're
I,
all melanated and they
I
all
heard
look
that
at us
too,
the
Creed. I
same,
heard that too, Creed.
And they
I
don't.
want, hold on, I want reciprocity.
There is
I want
already.
if there is this black and brown and we're all one melanated people, like the gentleman got up there and
There
said,
is no black and
I
brown.
want them to be I want them to be putting themselves on the line like my ancestors and like my people are putting themselves on the line. I'm tired of carrying what it means to be quote unquote black and brown on our shoulders. I want to be able to go to these people's countries and see with my eyeballs that they are fighting for me like my ancestors and we are fighting for them. And until them, it's time to cut it.
Are you talking about like Latinos and those kind of people?
I'm talking about
Shout
any
out to the
other
black girl
group of
that sold us
people.
that flag. You
I'm
hear me?
talking about any other
To
melanated group of people
right.
that try to come to America or try to benefit or try to
This
pee in
king
my ear
just
and tell me
got
that
done
it's
laughing.
raining,
And
that
it's
we
on
all
Let me ask you
melanated.
this
he
question: How
That's
eating.
many
true.
people? Hold on. How many people do
Cooking and
you
eating.
know? Or how many countries do you know allow them to fly a different flag inside that country?
None.
None.
One, not one.
Too much.
So,
Name me one country where
you
you got a little
see
black America,
the
like we got little Haiti, little
disrespect.
Dominican
Oh, they have one. They
Republic,
have it in
little
Ethiopia
Ethiopia.
Talk
actually.
your
Do you
shit.
see
Why did
the
you mention Little Italy?
Talk
disrespect?
your
Do
Ethiopia
you
has
shit,
one.
baby.
see the disrespect? Is all I'm saying, family.
Good morning, son.
We don't go
I'm
over
down.
to their
They getting
country.
ready to have a. They getting ready to have a whole Africa Day down here in Texas, They having a whole
They
Africa
got
meeting. They didn't invite nobody or tell nobody nothing.
There's
They
Italian
getting ready to
parades, there's
have
Irish
today.
parades with no complaints.
Man, listen. Okay, hold on. Who said that? Hold on.
Oh,
Who said
Jamal,
that?
we got you too much.
That was
You got you, Jamal.
Jamal.
He's a big troll.
I'm
Get
not a
Jamal.
ready.
troll. Don't disrespect me,
Big
please.
troll. Big
Please.
troll.
Please,
Go
ma'am.
ahead, Jamal. Go ahead, Jamal. Say it with your chest, brother. What are you talking about?
Yeah, because just be ready, bro.
Oh, what I just said, I was just talking about, she was talking about Little Haiti and stuff. It's just funny how she didn't mention Little Italy, right? And then also, she's talking about some African parade. I never see any Black American complain about an Italian parade or a Irish parade. They happen all the time.
Because we ain't talking
Have you
about
heard?
white folks. We talking about
Thank
black
Have you
you.
folks.
heard them
Because they're
say anything
hypocrite.
about our
Let's hear
parades?
the prompt.
Why would we? Okay. I'm gonna entertain it. Why would we be talking about Italy and Irish and
We know they don't fuck with us.
we don't show up at their event and they don't show up at ours. What are you talking about? But we know for sure. We know for sure that y'all Caribbeans, y'all Haitians, y'all Africans, y'all co-op everything that we do. Y'all Black
Y'all
History
drop y'all
Month,
nuts in
now
our
all of a
country.
sudden it's about y'all too. Our Black History Month now all of a sudden is about all black people globally all of a sudden. So what are you talking about? We don't have what specifically in America can we say, okay, this is just Black American and this is what it is that y'all don't try to show up to and change it. And then y'all have the nerve to get mad when we show up at y'all even talking about, oh, we don't want y'all coming to our parades no more. We don't want y'all coming to our festival anymore.
I've been to DR. It's an island. One side, but they like Haiti versus DR, and it's one island, and y'all need to go work that part out.
What?
Right, that's a fact.
Nowhere in the world.
I'm just saying
Ain't
that's
nowhere in the
disturbing.
world.
Y'all talking about our crime, our black on black crime. What? Let's not do it. Cry.
And the DR said they not
They
black.
know
The
who
DR,
barbecue is
Business.
they say they not black.
in Haiti right now.
Mind your
The people
own
in DR, the Haiti, I met Haitian people in DR. They was like, shh. Yeah, I'm like, I can tell by your eyes. Talk about say they like, shh, we don't say that here because they'll treat us different. We won't have the same opportunities. We won't be able to work on this side of the island if they know we're Haitian. What kind of colorism and what kind of shit y'all got going? And it's the same island.
So Jamal,
Yeah, that's
I'm
kind
gonna
of mad.
Jamal, I'm gonna say this, Jamal. Request back up, brother, because I got to bring another brother up here real quick.
All right.
But request, you're welcome anytime, brother, on the platform. Let me bring up my brother Creed real quick, brother. Let me bring up Creed real quick. Oh, we got Simon in there. Oh, we got to bring up Simon too. Hold on, Simon. I'm gonna get you, Simon. I just saw you up in there, Simon. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna bring you up here. What's up, Creed?
What's up? What's up?
What's going on?
We need some opposition.
We gonna bring up some options.
I won't stay up too long.
Nah, Cree be cooking.
I just heard somebody say that this country was built off of black and brown.
Oh yeah. No.
And from Fannie Hamer's math, she says that this country was built off the black backs of black people.
They said that flag is drenched. The flag is drenched.
Drenched with our blood. So there was no black and brown. And some people, they'll use brown.
Because she said that?
Because you said what?
You're saying that just because she quoted that's what she stated, that's not true? That it's not built on black?
It's not black and brown.
Well,
usually.
You know what I think about black? It's not even real. We're all shades of wheat. It's the black germ seed. Everything comes from the black germ seed. I personally believe we mother and father all civilization. But we was talking about black Americans, right? Brown people did help build this country.
What's brown?
There are brown people who have helped
Black
that
American
people.
That was the game. That was the game.
The Mexican brown berets helped the Black Panthers. The Puerto Rican
were they
brown berets and the Mexican.
We're talking about building. You're talking about building the country. We're talking about building the foundation blocks. They were nowhere in the foundation of building America. Brown was not.
But Native Americans were not.
And
Because
so
they
You don't
They
think
helped
they're
out.
because
really? You don't think
because
A
they're
they
really
because
doing
section
they
that?
of
got
them helped
defeated.
out
They were
during
not
the
evil.
civil
Hold
rights
on, hold
era.
on,
When you
hold
think
on,
about
hold on,
Texas and
hold on,
Mexico
hold
and
on. This
this
country.
land for real, like
Hold on, hold
No,
on, hold on.
can I
This
ask a
country.
question just really
Hold
quick,
on, hold
please,
on, hold on.
please? Because they want to talk about.
Let me finish what I was. Let me finish what I was saying.
okay, because
This
I just
country was built off of the institution of slavery. So I don't
period.
know where the berets or if they wasn't in the fields with us, they did not help build this country. So it was built off
This
the
country
institution of
was here
slavery.
before that, boo.
And
I'm
the
sorry, I cut
country
you
was
off. I
built off the
apologize.
this country as we know it, the economic system, the political system, the social system was built off of the institution of slavery. So
Period.
anything else other than that it's not the foundation of this country.
And then I was even talking about, even if you want to say literal, they weren't even literally, because at the end of the day, these people was living in teepees. You can't go from building they reverted. These is not even the same architectural people. These is not even the same mason. What? Show me a
Technology,
Native American
thousands of
mason.
years. Okay, talk
Come
about
on
it.
now. They not, look at how they living. They not
And,
even building structures like that. What?
shout out to
See,
the
so when you say
intellect. Shout
this
out to the
country, you
intellects
mean the
on the
laws of
stage.
the land, like you said. That
So,
I'm glad you broke it
sister,
down because this been here a
sister.
long time.
So let me tell you this: the land was probably here, yes, but the country. Everybody comes to this country and has a specific type of passport, which represents the country that they're fleeing to, right? The country that they want to be a part of was not here a long time ago. This
I don't
country,
negate that, but
no,
there
no,
were
no, no,
people
no, but
here.
no. See, sis, no, no, no. I choose my words very particular, right? Because people have a problem understanding that this country, the United States, was only built by Black Americans.
Mm.
Our enslaved ancestors are the ones who became the original currency, but not only that, our freedmen, Black American Negro ancestors are the ones who pumped over 55,000 patents into this country. Sister, I asked you once, do you know what year our ancestors was emancipated in this country?
1863.
1863 through 1865. Boom. Guess what happened? It was not a first world country. Dude, through
Come
this
on.
entire time we were enslaved, this country was still not labeled a first world country. This country didn't become labeled a first world country until the 1890s, 30 years after our ancestors started pumping 55,000 plus
Patents.
inventions, patents, and innovations to this country, which created the
See,
idea.
country and land is
Excuse me, sister,
what
just
sticks
walk with
out.
me.
But you cooking. I hear you.
Just because
I'm just letting you know that's where I was being separated.
oh, okay, yeah,
Land
no,
and country.
land and country, yes, two different things, but when it comes to this country
The
that
build of it.
people want to come to, I understand the land part, I understand that, but in 2025, even from when we was emancipated, even when we were written into the Constitution 1776, right, it been us that built this country.
We make
It's
the
one
light
thing
bulb,
for
they make the light bill.
okay, all right. So that's where I want you to kind of be comfortable with sitting when people try to combine this idea that it was a bunch of people that built this country. No, it wasn't. It
Come
was
on.
one group that built
Come
this
on.
country, right?
Yeah, they
Because
let us do all of the hard work. We did all the heavy lifting. We built the foundation for the
no, we're
economic
the
floor.
a sister. Believe it or not, we're the first ghostwriters. We're the ghostwriters of the United States. We
Come
ghost
You
on.
wrote
know?
everything. We're the
Come on.
The
ghostwriters.
ghostwriters of
Every
the world, y'all,
in
is what I be
every
on.
and guess what? And then we became the ghostwriters of the world.
Well, we got
After
the
we
E
ghost
gene.
It depends.
Every
Okay, so y'all thinking. Okay, we're talking
no,
economics. I got
sis.
you, baby.
I
Because you
I
ain't lose me.
specific.
You ain't lose me.
So so what I do is specifically stand on what makes you comfortable. People come here because the United States is comfortable. They
Yes, it
flee for
is.
their
Free
they
thought. Yes,
flee
it
from their
is.
homeland because their homeland is not comfortable.
Come on.
Why is America comfortable? Because Black Americans created the air conditioner, because
Come
Black
on.
Americans created the heating system, because
Come on.
Black Americans created the light bulb, the security system, this phone that we're using, the tech that goes in the phone, the monitor, the water gun, you name it. Okay,
And here come the
we did it.
system to
Okay,
capitalize on it after the
okay,
bill,
we
the
did it. So
tax.
we
Hey
made
Simon,
light.
can I add something on to that? You know where you know why Black Americans invented so much? It's because of hard work. You
No,
know when
because
you
we're
get
problem solvers. Real
you
talk. Because look, we was
you know
going through trauma, and our ancestors passed down that gene. We're the only people who have that gene of tangible problem solving.
Come on.
Make this job easier.
yeah, you know
We're the only ones who work
eventually
smarter,
you get
not
tired
harder.
of doing the
We're the
same thing over and over,
It's
and you find a
coded
better
in
way
our
to do it.
DNA. What he's saying right now, it's coded in our DNA. It's some we invented a new gene and start passing it down out of suffering, out of pain, out of sorrow. Everything we got from our ancestors, and we always need to pay homage to them because they
and that
they
It's
ain't
called
no
became the
African
fruit.
resilience.
gene.
We call
That
it
ain't
We
no
become the
resilience.
African
fruit.
gene.
It's a
Ain't no
resilience
African
gene.
gene like
No
that.
African gene like that. Come on.
So respectfully, sister, I hear what you was trying to say, but when when people start speaking in that way, respectfully, you what it leads to is it's like leapfrogging history. Let's leapfrog over what is the real uncut jewel. You ever seen a diamond straight off the ground? It's ugly. Nobody wants to wear an uncut diamond, right? But that's who we are. We're a bunch of uncut diamonds, right? And we remained uncut simply because we're humble. We never bragged on ourselves,
We're
right?
tribal people, right?
We never bragged on ourselves. So now that we
We
bragging,
never
all of a
harbored or
sudden
hoarded.
all of a sudden our diamond that we naturally are is being polished, and people seeing that our diamond is shining crazy, like, oh, whoa, I didn't know that was near me this whole time. Yes, that wasn't us, that wasn't a rock, that was just an uncut diamond.
I
We're
think they do
polishing
know.
ourselves now, and now people are they want to tether to our glory, our stories, our ancestorhood, our every so bad, because they want to say, oh, you didn't build that country. You didn't build the land. You didn't build the land. The land was already there. The land was already, all right, whatever. It's land a lot of places. Don't nobody want to go there because it's uncomfortable. Because Black Americans didn't touch it yet. America, the United States is what it is because Black Americans touched it.
Let me speak to that right quick. And let me
I
just
mean,
make
yeah,
a
go ahead,
comment
sister.
because I just said something. Hold on, Simone. Let me say something about that because you're
Good
absolutely
saying,
right.
brother. Good saying.
You're absolutely right
No,
because
you're right.
I said that because the comfort, if you look at people who are now calling for Black Americans to get involved in their shit, they're calling us, where are the Black Americans? Why aren't you fighting for us? Why haven't you come and done this for us? Why are y'all not present in our stuff? Why are you not here? And we're saying, well, when we were there and we dug your ass out the ground, when you start feeling pretty good, what did you do? You shot us in the foot. When we asked you to stand with us, when we fought this system for reparations, what did you do? You took the other side. And I was listening to the other brother. They always bring these three things up. You don't know your father. You don't have a family. You don't have a culture. You people. So now, all of a sudden, you people are the people that everybody wants to be like. And to say this,
What
I
you
was looking
depending
at
on?
the
That
other
breastfed your
girls,
children.
the little girls that bought the Nigerian prom dresses. Now you got people telling the beautiful young girls, pretty as they are, because they wore Nigerian dresses. Those are for proms. Those are for weddings.
I got a question.
We don't give a damn. They look good and we wear them.
That was speaking. I got a question. When you say because the Black Americans didn't touch it, so we're making a point about the Black American people. So if it was built, since it was built that way, what about slavery and the slave ships and
Well, what about them participating?
No,
ask them
let me
about
know my
participating.
finish
Hold
the
on,
question.
We ain't got no slave ships. They haven't showed me one slave
Wait, she's
ship.
trying to ask me a question. Hold on.
Who built the slave ships?
Hold on.
Where are the slave ships? Where are the slave ships?
What was I can't hear the question.
When
you asking me?
disassociate from Africa as they do us, and I totally get the point. Were they not here as well? Weren't they brought here from their other country unwillingly?
Okay, hold on.
Did they build it? Did they not build it alongside us?
But we lost Africans lost their agency in Africa when they were brought away from their country. They were brought away from their agency as a national for that country. They were basically taken, turned around 3 times, told them not to look back because you're never coming back here.
That's becoming a Black American.
Okay, hold on.
No, that's becoming a slave in this country. A lot of them didn't even make it to America. That's why you have Jamaicans. That's why you got Haitians. That's why you got Jamaicans, because they got off the ship.
Hold on. This is the host talking. I've been silent. I want to hear the dialogue. Let Simon answer her question.
So what? So Sister Lee. So is your name Lee? I want to make sure I'm saying your name.
It's
Lady.
Isis.
Oh, okay, Lady.
The Lady Isis.
Yeah. So Isis. So what happened was the first thing you have to understand is these coastal Africans were all there. When you take your little spit test, right? I'm gonna start from there. When you take your little spit test, it's always gonna come back. It's gonna say you're West African. It's gonna give you a region, and then it's gonna give you a Berlin Conference name of a country that just got its independence. And then it's rarely gonna get then, but what it might even give you some West African tribes, right? I need you to know that I need you to know that every single West African tribe are of slave sellers. What these West African tribes did, the white man came to their land and they brokered, and then these West Africans literally just did like tour guides with the white man. They went into the inner Africans and they just attacked smaller tribes, kidnapped them, brought them to the coast. Those dungeons were not built.
Not true.
But you can wait. Oh, not true. All right.
Oh no, that is true.
No, wait, no. Hold on. I like when people say that, right? Because I'll just start proving it. You can either let me talk and stay on your mic, or I could just start giving you.
Well, give me facts then.
Yeah,
I
question.
don't think you know who you're talking to, so I'll do that for you.
But you finishing my question first. I'm a little.
Can I get the big screen,
brother? Let me know if you want to
get the big screen.
Yeah, I'll give you the big
I'm a little territorial. Answer. I want you to.
That's cool.
Finish
So let's
let's
start with these slave selling tribes, right? That y'all all think y'all from. Y'all think y'all from these spit test West African tribes. If you look up each and every single one of these folks, all these folks had contracts with these Europeans, right? So when they went into the inner African tribes and they attacked these smaller villages and they kidnapped them, they brought them to the coast. Guess what? Guess who built them dungeons on the coast? It wasn't the white man. The white man didn't build them dungeons. These slave-selling Africans built them dungeons. And then guess what they did? After they built them dungeons, right? After they built them dungeons and they put you in there, it was a process.
You're breaking up, Simon.
It was a process. They put you on your slave dungeon and then they spent you around a tree of forgetfulness and then put you on a boat. If you think that's where you're from, just to let you know that little tribe, it don't exist no more. That little African tribe you think you from don't exist no more. So then after this, since homie wanted factual talk, so then after they put you on that boat, right, and then they sent you across the water, this is where you landed. Remember, you was already cursed, right? They cursed you first,
They
and you see
turned you
that
around
little
3
bit.
times.
You see that little bit United States, that little tiny bit that landed up there. Well, that number has now changed because where is that? Because Harvard is holding on to
Harvard,
the
yeah.
paperwork now, and Harvard is telling you that these numbers are now even less than what you thought they was. All right, so now we're down to only 200,000, and this is including. Hold on, can y'all hear me?
I can hear
Mm-hmm.
you. Go ahead, brother. You cooking. Go
Okay,
ahead.
yeah. Yeah. That number is now even dropping because we're the ones with the records in the United States, right? So then after we got to the United States, from that little bit of Africans that now, guess what? It was already black folks here. It was these type of Indians, from the dark Indians, the ones that they don't want to let
Native
you know was like.
Americans.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The term black wasn't around, but it was definitely copper tone, melanated Indians here. You know what I'm saying? Like it was,
Yeah, that's us
it's
right
It
there.
was
That's
the
what I like.
yeah, it's a.
Campbells and
I mean, the
Indians.
Brodies was matter of fact. I'll pull up this picture.
I
That's
like
the.
that. I
I
like
mean,
that picture.
The Brodies was here, but what happened was the Brodies got mixed in. You know what I'm
I
That's
don't
saying?
think
Like
they
the
was
Brodies was
mixed.
here.
I don't think we was
Listen,
mixed, bro.
listen.
That's us.
Bro. Hold on. From the
Crispus
from the
Attucks.
African
Do
Indian
you
point of
know?
view.
Do you know who Crispus Attucks was? He was mixed, sir. He was African descent, and he was indigenous. Crispus Attucks. Go look it up.
A
So
lot
so
of
then
them
after we
are.
went, hold on, because then after we went through uh our issues of enslavement or whatever, a term happened. It's called ethnogenesis, right?
Come on.
We went through an ethnogenesis where we created great people, where we created people like this. Hold on, let me find them. Here, one of
See,
our great
this is
and
scholarship, y'all. This is
so
scholarship, by the way, y'all.
so do you
This is how
do
you
you
do
guys
it.
know this man? Do you know who Garrett Morgan is? Well, let me tell you who Garrett Morgan is, right? Garrett Morgan is the inventor of the traffic light and the gas mask. Now, when you read who he is, it says specifically he is 19 March 4th, 1877, to formerly enslaved parents with an S, both parents. His mother was of Native American, black and white. That's our ethnogenesis. The black Indian, the black American, and the white European was his mom. His dad was half black, half white. Wow, this man went through a ethnogenesis to become this great inventor. One of 55,000 patents black Americans created to make this first world country what it is, so that then all of a sudden these immigrants could come over here and go against what our ancestors created. There's an actual time frame. You see, like you just follow the numbers with us. I didn't do nothing but follow numbers. I went from Africa, showed you how Africans is crazy, kidnapping folks, shipped them off, put a spell on them, sent them around the African tree, whatever, put them on boats, and only a tiny percent made it to the USA. Everybody else went to the Caribbeans and South America.
Come on.
And then we happened. And then we went through an ethnogenesis where the term black became a thing and we put heritage to it. And
Come
then when
on.
we put heritage to it, well, our ancestors, uh, our great American, black American ancestors decided that we are our own ethnic group.
Come on.
We are our own, we got emancipated, 1865, like the sister said, and we are our own ethnic group. We are the black Americans. We have our own heritage flag. We are not all of these other. There's no need to do all of this. We from this land. We from. Now I'm not jumping over my ancestors who created every comfort that I could walk around my house right now and touch and say thank you to them for. I'm not jumping over the fact that I drive a car every day, that block engine was created by us, that spark plug was created by us, that automatic transmission was created by us. And it's a thing, we got some sources out here saying that we created before the Model T. That was copied off of us. What's the brother's name? Something and Sons. But we create the
Patterson.
vehicle too.
Patterson
We
and
like.
Sons.
Oh, that's
I'm
so.
sorry. What was it again?
Patterson, if I'm not
Oh,
mistaken.
Patterson. Yep. Pattersons and Sons. We created the airplane. You want me to pull up the ancestor that created the airplane? That got the patent for the first airship, and then all of
Two
a sudden,
brothers. Yeah, it was the brothers. Yeah, yeah.
no.
This
No,
was a
his name
black
is
woman.
Charles F. His name is Charles F. Page.
Listen,
Let me.
It
if
was
y'all
a, it
don't,
was a
if y'all
black. It was a
don't get
black
this,
dude. They just
if y'all
did a
don't
big
get
thing
this
on him.
brother, if y'all don't gift this brother for bringing scholarship to play, I don't know what to tell y'all, man. I got to send him some gifts for this, man, because he broke it down, man. He broke it
He
down.
Nah,
came with the,
it's cool.
he came to play. He
If
didn't come to
y'all
play
don't
this
give
moment.
this brother some gifts, if y'all don't stop being stingy and give this brother some coins, something.
This
It's
brother is
cool.
doing what the Black Authority is doing. He's not bringing receipts. He's bringing invoices.
Come on, man. This brother
So
came with scholarship
this is
right
our
now.
brother. This is our ancestors. This is our ancestor Charles F. Page. Look him up. Out of Louisiana, from formerly enslaved. He's the reason why these immigrants could jump on a plane, right, and fly to America. He has the first patent, not the Wright brothers. Who What happened with him? He's out of Louisiana. He was shipping off his thing to a patent fair, how it used to work back in the day, and they destroyed his invention. All
On the
his
way to
life
the fair.
savings on the way to the fair, destroyed his invention, and then all of a sudden 2 years later the Wright brothers come up. But then I guess I'll land with this. I need you guys to look up who Governor Westmore is of Maryland,
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah. That brother,
Right?
come on.
All right. So after all the things that our ancestors has done, right? Now you have a governor. You have immigrant. He's like half Cuban or half Jamaican, something like that. That get into power seats because he looks a little melanated, and our folks voted him in, thinking that he would be on our side, and now he's telling the state of Maryland, we're not talking about anything. We're not studying any reparations. Y'all just get to work on the Democratic side of the party. And then so
That's all
so
about
so
the
he
Democrats.
so he's going against our ancestors, like CD Chandler, this great man who is the reason why we created every single music genre. How? How, we may ask, right? How way Africans, Chinese people had a drum set. I hear that coming from way down the street, right? Okay. What Dee Dee Chandler created was the kick pedal, right? That bass drum kick on your foot when you're playing your drums, right? That's why we are groovy. We're funky because before he created that drum pedal, right? All music was played like a marching band. You all was standing up. You all was standing up. You was marching around in a circle, and that's why all of the African old music, Asian, ancient music, even Egyptian, European, that's why they all chant, because all they can do, it was used for chanting. You chanted. It was for wedding ceremonies, right? But
Right?
what
But
brother
what?
D.D. Chandler did, what brother Chandler did, even the black Indians here, they all chanted dun 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 dun, like they all chanted. But what us black, after we went through our ethnogenesis, brother D.D. Chandler created the bass kick drum, the kick
Come on.
pedal, which now took all your marching band and it put it into one unit called this is where we now get the drum set, where one person could create funk. Don't we got a music genre called funk? I mean, crazy, right? We created the groove. This is why we have over 200 music genres created by us. This is a modern version of it, right? But this is the reason why Black Americans have created every single music genre on this planet that is modern today.
Like that
I'm
shit,
not
please.
giving this. I'm not giving this great heritage to anybody to try to disrespect my ancestors. I think that would be crazy. I land.
Yeah,
Hell of
very
a
good.
perspective.
Come on,
Yes.
brother.
Applause, my
Kudos,
brother.
babe.
Come
Applause to
Bravo.
on,
you
brother.
standing
Bravo.
off.
Come
Bravo.
on, brother.
Bravo.
Standing
That's
off.
my titty for you, Bravo. baby.
Come
Bravo.
on, brother.
Bravo. Bravo. Yes, sir. Did he
Come
drop the
on,
mic and
brother.
leave?
He dropped the mic on us and left.
I've dropped the mic, baby.
He
Go
dropped the
ahead.
mic on us and left.
My little
Shout
class
out to
this
Simon,
morning. A
man.
little
Shout out to
reminder
my brother
of
right
what
there,
you know.
man.
I feel like I learned something. I feel
Don't
like
give
I've
it
been to
up
school.
to
Shout
I
out,
feel good about
shout
that.
out to my brother, man. Where you going, man? Come back and get some more roses, brother. You can't just
My
drop
bad.
the mic.
I wasn't trying to drop.
Oh,
I was trying to put the picture down, and
He
it
dropped the
took it.
mic.
My
He said,
bad.
"I'm
I
out."
thought you
Man, that's
dropped
all
the
I gotta
mic.
say. I'm out. Gift this brother, man. He done came with a whole leather. Y'all done got enhanced right now. Y'all got upgraded with this. This should empower you as a foundational Black American not to be given your heritage. And did y'all hear the disrespectful thing that Kool Herc and his sister said? Did y'all hear that interview that Kool Herc?
No, what happened?
No. I am the father of hip hop. It's Jamaican, and his sister's the first lady of hip hop. It's Jamaican, and if Jamaica's went to Canada, hip hop would have been invented in Canada. And if Jamaica would have went to UK, hip hop would have been invented in UK. Are you freaking serious?
When did he say that? When he say that?
Oh
That's
man,
new.
he recently.
I'm gonna have to look
Oh
Cool Herc
wow,
up.
that's crazy.
He
That's
said Kool
crazy.
Herc said no, did I say Kool Herc? I'm sorry. What's the DJ's name? Well, is it DJ Kool Herc?
Busta Rhymes?
No,
You mean
Not
Busta
Busta
Rhymes?
Rhymes.
no, it's not
No,
Busta
not
Rhymes.
Busta Rhymes. No, it's not Busta.
Zombada.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It is DJ Kool. It is Kool Herc.
Because
Hold on.
Cool Herc was saying he got all his stuff from us, and now
Hold on.
he's switching it
He
up.
switched it. He switched it up. Him and his sister switched it up. He called his sister the first lady of hip hop.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, you
And
know
the
what?
idea,
All of
He
this
said
is
he's the
control.
father
All of
of
this
hip
is
hop.
control. They just having an ego moment.
He said Jamaicans invented hip hop, and if he would have went to the UK or Canada, it would have been invented up there.
I got it on
Hey,
vinyl.
brother,
First
you
hit,
got
so
it. You
I'm
got
blowing my
everything you
studio right
got
now.
came from our community, though.
Yeah, I got all the vinyl, y'all.
Cool Herc even said he had no Jamaican influence.
He
He was
switched it.
influenced by Black Americans. He got all his style from Black Americans. He
Let me see if I
like
can find it. He switched it.
I
He
got the
switched it.
album.
from my understanding, he even said the cats who were with him, when they finally went to his house, they found out that he was Jamaican at that point.
yeah,
Well,
But
he
up
used to
until
hide he
that
was
time,
Jamaican.
he didn't
stop
even
playing.
let his closest friends know that was his actual family heritage.
And see that
And
right there, that part right there, that right there, that is the part right there. Y'all know everything black. Y'all just. But brought me back home. Why you gotta hide who you are? And then now I'm sitting up here listening to this, but why you gotta hide who you are? Back in the day when I was coming along, they would sit amongst us and they didn't talk because they didn't want you to hear that accent and they didn't want to be dismissed from the conversation. And so now their children are coming up in here. I was listening to somebody African talking about his heritage and this and that. They keep on trying to push that heritage on us now when really they were ashamed of it when they first got over here. They wasn't pushing that like that. And now all of a sudden they treating us like it's not ours.
Hold on. Listen to this. This is DJ Kool Herc. This is what he's saying in the beginning, but this is not what he's saying now. Hold on. Listen to this.
James Brown. I love James Brown. My first record for James Brown is, I feel good. Then give it up, turn it loose. And then from that, Martin Luther King, reaching out to everybody about being together. So we part of James Brown and Martin Luther King's dream. And it continued in a form of music, and a culture for hip hop.
This is him saying that he was influenced by James Brown. He was influenced by Black Americans. He was influenced by Martin Luther King. And he said that's what hip hop was. It was an infusion of his influence of James Brown and the Black American culture.
No coffee.
Now hold on, let me try to find the interview where he's saying him and his sister are the father and the first lady. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I was like, this nigga right here. Hold on. I'm gonna try to find it. Y'all go ahead and talk while I'm finding. I'm gonna find it though. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna play it. Hold on.
Yeah, rap came from rapping and tapping. So I remember that going
Minor,
on.
the Bronx, everybody had their own little version of it, but it's definitely
and it came from the prison systems too. You know what I'm saying? Because they used to rap to try to intimidate each other in the prison systems a long time ago too. So when a lot of my family here came out, they was rapping.
I don't know anything about that aspect of rap's history, and not to be disrespectful, but the idea of having prison influence, it may have been there, but I think at that particular time it was strictly in the prison system. Now, did some cats bring it out? It's possible, but not during its original foundation.
Well, what I was saying is rap came out like in the 40s, 30s. You know what I'm saying? 50s. Doing them times. That's way before the late 70s.
You talking about scat with 𝗖cie heç𝘁𝗲 and those cats, Ella Fitzgerald, Duke Ellington. These are cats you going back to speak of that particular.
Not that old. I get it. I got an album from the Bronx. It's supposed to be the first hip hop. Carolina.
And another thing, do everybody agree that most nationalities not even older than 100 years old?
When you say nationality,
I'm seeing like the word like Italian, German, Russian,
they only 6,000 years old.
Chinese.
Well, the names of all of these places changed over time. I mean, whoever was from there at that time, that's what they were. That's what they called themselves. Are you saying
up until the late 1600s, when you came to America, you were identified from the state or the country that you came from. You were a British American, you were an Italian American, you were a Polish American. Up until they invented, until the late 1600s is when the first legal definition of YT came into the legal time frame. There was no white people on the planet before the late 1600s, and that didn't happen until they got into the colonial states.
And we've been here 1 billion.
The definition of YT is that you could not be pale to call yourself YT. That's in the Oxford Dictionary. So even to this day, you kind of figure that it's either they don't know how to read and put themselves in a proper section in history, because when you look up that word, YT means that you got to have a color to even be that. And what else you can't be what they say Caucasian or something like that to even be considered a YT.
Well, they didn't even. It wasn't a white classification. It wasn't a category, because when the Irish came over here as slaves, they were considered black.
Indentured servants.
They said they were indentured servants but they didn't get paid either. But they claimed they got paid something, but we didn't get nothing. But I'm just saying that it wasn't even about. It wasn't about the classification came, like Cousin said, around the 1600s when they started. When these colonies started coming over to other countries trying to invade or whatever, and when they got
letting
here,
go to prisons, right?
Right, it was prisoners. See what it was in the 1500s. The Europeans had run out of space to put their prisoners. They had so much crime in Britain that the queens and the monarchy were looking for other countries to send their criminals to as penal colonies. So Africa said no, but Australia said yes, and then they sent the rest of them over here, and they formed this story about the Mayflower, but it's not what was happening. See, Britain had all of their jails were full, and then they started putting criminals on boats and ships and have them around the harbor. That filled up. They didn't have anywhere else to put the prisoners. And so
Britain couldn't afford to feed its people.
Yeah.
They
That
couldn't.
either.
The land was barren. Their numbers had come back from the plague, but they
Right.
did not have the resources to feed their people. So they created a poor caste system. And if you did your crime, you did your time, you stayed in there, they could not afford to feed you and house you as a prisoner.
Right.
So they sent their prisoners to America. America finally said no, as sister said, and then Australia finally said no. But America and Australia were originally prison colonies from Great Britain.
Actually, brother, we didn't say no. Washington had actually petitioned for the Queen or the black nobility at that time to release the prisoners to help them fight for colonization here in the United States of America. So a lot of those prisoners actually came over here and were put on the battlefield with George Washington.
I can accept what you're saying when you speak to George Washington, but the no from the
We talking
colonies
about the 15.
came
Yeah, we're talking
later.
about 1500, 1501 to 1505. There's a book, and I have to find the book, talks about that in some detail about how the penal colonies and the prison colonies are now ruling the governments that they were actually removed from their country because there was no food, no resources to keep them there, and they were sent out. Now they came over here with a different narrative, but the real narrative is that these people, most of them originated, those that haven't died out, they originated from penal colonies way back 1500. And this was right
So
around
you talking about the time of like the Continental Congress and,
before that.
and stuff,
Exactly.
but like the Federation time.
Yeah, we
when it
had
was
we had
just
articles of association. We didn't even have a constitution. They were operating under the articles of association at that
Listen,
time.
you really have to look at it and realize
Before
is
the
that those
1500. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
those men who were gifted these 50 acres from the king to come over here, they came over here and established themselves, but they came over here and they were living like princes, dukes, duchesses, and duchesses. They were living la vida loca, okay? They were living real good. You had one guy had Virginia, one guy had Rhode Island, one guy had Maine. And then they decided we can't keep doing this individually. We have to come together and start working to protect each other.
Yep.
That's the steps that they took to get to this point.
And during that time is where you got your so-called black slave owners. But they were Frenchmen. They were black Frenchmen.
And even
But they
after
were a part of the black nobility.
that's
So
how the
you-
KKK got
Did you,
started, right? They didn't
Atara, did you say
have
they
it.
were not, or that they were? You said they were or were not part of the black nobility?
They were a part of the black nobility.
They
but
were, yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
they were
okay,
Frenchmen. So
okay.
when the black nobility formed, even in England, when the black nobility formed, it formed under Queen Elizabeth Charlotte, which there's a place in North Carolina named after
Mecklenburg, yeah.
her. So she was the actual queen, and her bloodline went over into the she had Romanian and Twa bloodline, and then when her people had begun to mix with the pale skinned people, and later they breeded the black out. That's why even today, if you go over there and you visit that graveyard that's in the Queen's Quarters, that graveyard is full of black nobility, and the majority of them were black people. Like during that time, England was a place of color. It wasn't even called England; it was called Inland. Just like Africa during that time was called Ong. And before the 1500s, here in the United States, your people would have been called the Amaru people.
Absolutely.
And that I think now it's just speculation that the Moors had something to do with. Now, mind you, it's just speculation. I'm not trying to offend anyone, but they say that the Moors is the same way that the Moors went into Italy and began to transform Italy. They first came to, after that, they had came to the United States, and the one that actually helped George Washington get here was a Moor, and the one that built Washington D.C., Benjamin Banneker had fell out with the Moors. He said because he said they were dirty Moors.
And Benjamin, I heard that.
What I'm confused about with the Moors is they considered the same people as the 𝗏𝗏s, like when you read history, when the people that went against Rome?
They're closer to the Berbers than they are to them.
You mean now the Berbers, right?
Right. They're closer to them than they are to the 𝗏𝗏s.
So what is a 𝗏𝗏? Who is considered a 𝗏𝗏 in history? What people was they? Where they came from?
Well, no one knows for sure, but some scholars speculate that the 𝗏𝗏s were a break-off from the people known as the 𝗖cie people. And the 𝗖cie people were found in northeast, west, and south regions of the world. And that the 𝗏𝗏s had rebelled against the 50-year mandate of peace that was going to be established between those people. The 𝗏𝗏s felt like they should have rule over everything. So the 𝗏𝗏s joined along with the Berbers, and the Berbers today are who you would call Arabs or the Persian Arabs.
Wait. Now, you saying that they end up controlling the canals and waterways, so they don't have nothing to do with barbarians, right? What you consider a barbarian people, or the descendants of piracies or whatever. People that controlled the trade, because whoever controlled the waterways controlled the trade. So they dealt with nothing but coastlines. So you saying that the Persian people, or what you call people from like what you call Iran right now.
Persia and Iran, yeah.
And those supposed to be the real what you call 𝗏𝗏arians, the 𝗏𝗏arian bloodline people.
No, you're talking about, but I thought you was talking about the Moors.
But see,
that's what we are. We are,
but the Moors didn't come from. The Moors have nothing to do with 𝗏𝗏 or the Caucasus or the Black Sea. Nowhere else.
Wait. Only why I say that, sister, I'm sorry. Only why I consider that, because of who supposed to hit, destroyed, who did the battle in Rome to make Rome fall. It was a black man that was named Hannibal, right?
Hannibal was the law. But Hannibal didn't break the back of Rome. Rome was already fallen.
Right. It was Hannibal and Agrippa who decided that the Senate in Rome had defiled itself.
Right.
And the reason why they thought that it had defiled itself is because during that time, the Senate in Rome was capturing people of color, and that was mainly the people that they were putting in their arenas and stuff like that.
So Hannibal didn't bring in the elephants or whatever to really destroy Rome.
Hannibal.
He had a great battle with Rome. Yes, this is correct. Hannibal of Carthage did have a great battle with Rome.
He did, but he didn't break. He was saying, he did not.
He did not defeat them. No, he did not.
He was asking about the Moors, and I thought we were talking about the Moors.
Yeah, that's why I was saying.
Yeah, it was the Moors.
The guy Hannibal supposed to came from the Congo or something like that. And
they called him a Moor. They called Hannibal
Mesopotamia.
Yeah, and he supposed to been some type of person that was connected with the 𝗏𝗏s or something like that. He said the 𝗏𝗏s wasn't. He said 𝗏𝗏s don't. Yeah, a Carthenian. Now, that they not the original Moors, are they?
Yeah, they are the original. They would be the original Moors. The new Moors are like the ones you have now. Those are the new guys.
But
And they're the ones that came out of the
a lot of people don't realize that black people didn't just come out of Africa. It was black folks all over the world.
Yeah, the only place we haven't found
mother,
is
father,
Siberia.
I understand that, because if it's supposed to be 400 billion, 400 million black folks on the planet, nobody can beat that number. I mean, even they show it right now. Even Google AI tell you that it's
No,
more
back
of us
in
on
those
the planet.
days, we've been depicted as Europeans in these movies, like Sparta. Sparta was
Okay,
black.
hold on. Okay, hold on real quick, you guys. I said I was going to find it. This was 9 months ago. This is DJ Kool Herc and his sister, and I'm about to play it. I can't show it because I'm on the screen here, but y'all can hear it. I was like, man, where the heck is this video at? I found it. Here we go, right here. Check this out.
Make sure and turn it up, bro. Make sure we can hear it.
I'm gonna turn it up loud. Let me turn it up. This is Kool Herc saying he's the father of hip hop, and his sister is the mother or the first lady of hip hop, and that if they would have went to Canada or the UK, hip hop would have been invented there. Here we go.
Wow. DJ Kool Herc, who'd you have beside you? My sister, the first lady of hip hop, Cindy.
That's me, the first lady of hip hop, and with my brother, the legendary DJ Kool Herc, the founder, the father of hip hop, the Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, the Grammy Award Famer.
The Grammy Award.
That's it, the Grammy Award. Yeah, we're great. Also, we're in New York, living landmarks, so it's just amazing. It's been an amazing life.
The Incredible Bongo Band. This is it. And this right here. That's it. That's it. These two men is good. This is sort of hip hop and you don't stop. The guy there.
Okay, hold on. I might have to speed it up a little bit. Hold on.
This is called the rock. It's a magic.
That sounds like his sister was gaslighting him hard.
Yeah, you can cut that shit out if you want to, because ain't nobody trying to.
Studio in Vancouver.
That's it.
Wow. And we're here.
And we're here in Vancouver. So my question to you guys is Vancouver kind of the ground zero for hip hop? Apparently it is. On the student. Right here, man. Vancouver.
They said Vancouver was ground zero for hip hop.
Very important records in it.
Very important. Wow, you really did your research.
No way. Hold on, she's about to say it.
We have to know. And also, this is a studio record. Bound Bongo Rock.
Hold on.
I love it, man. You were here in Vancouver, Canada.
We're here right now. We were here before. This is our second trip. We were invited here from A-Star Studio. And also with Jarek from Boogaloo.
I know it was this long, y'all, but hold on. I'm going to get to the point.
First gala that A-Star did at the River Rock Resort Hotel, and it was a success. It was amazing. Just to see the young dancers and what the studio has contributed to hip-hop, and it was just amazing. So we're honored to be here.
And thank you, A-Star Society and D. Katsky for setting this all up.
Yes, but we're honored that they did that. And to see that they had us as honoree, it meant a lot for us to come here to be
I don't know how submission comes up.
Oh, my fault.
Participating, and it was just great.
To kind of the ground zero of hip hop, the Incredible Bongo Band recorded in Vancouver.
The ground zero of hip hop.
But you, Kool Herc, you could have been Canadian. You could have been Canadian, right? True, like James Brown. Hey, listen, this is a feeling. I got the feeling. I think all over the world, Vancouver was a spot. You know what I'm saying? Bongo Rock was invented right in Vancouver.
What you said is important because we are from Jamaica. We're immigrants. Hip hop is an immigrant story.
Hip hop is an immigrant story.
From Jamaica, you either go to Canada or you go to the UK. My parents decided to go to the US. And we always said, would hip hop have started in Canada if we were there? I mean, would it have started in the UK? So you have a very point in saying that.
And Tariq.
Okay, I'm gonna stop it right there. Yeah, just so y'all know, I wasn't lying. She said,
and this, my friend, this is how our history has been co-opted. And you know what? This will forever be part of a historical record. Now, who's to say children down the road won't get a chance, that won't hear this and think that this is the truth?
because it does cheer.
They have inserted themselves into our history.
That's why you're
He-
honest to God, like
he-
truth is in your ancestral memory and it's in your blood. It comes from within. Just gotta stay tapped in. I really enjoyed y'all.
Go ahead, Alteris. Go ahead, brother.
So here's the thing, sister. These children that are being born today are extremely intelligent. Okay? No longer does the rubbish that they said about us not being an intelligent people and all this and that, that rubbish is not going to fly today. So these children are not going to believe it. And I'm going to tell you why you can logically say that these children will not believe it. Because for one, let's just think about where hip hop began, right? It began here with the black Americans. That's who it began with. And they are the ones who have facilitated it throughout the world. Now, how would you look at that? Most people would say, well, that's a pretty hard claim to claim. Well, here's the thing. Name your favorite white rapper from England.
We're going to wait.
Exactly. Name your favorite white rapper from Scandinavia. Exactly. Name your favorite white rapper from Africa. Exactly. Name your favorite white rapper from the United States.
All of them.
Right. It's always going to be the purest in its form at the place that it begins. It's always going to be the rap music and the hip hop, even the R&B, down to even the so-called folk music here is innovated here in the United States. And the majority of the people here in the United States are the best at it. Now, name who the DJs and stuff are when the people want to get good, like they want to show up and become somebody big here in the United States. For example, 𝗖𝗎. 𝗖𝗎 is the shit in Africa. He was not even known until DJ Khaled, a United States DJ, got behind him. You see what I mean? So to even make it here in the United States, they have to have somebody of the United States to even be behind them, because the United States mind is innovative, right? So, through all the oppression, through all the things that that our brothers and sisters have been through here in this country, our minds are the most innovative. We understand the concepts of anything in and out. So when we put something together, it's flawless, bro.
One reason for that is because nobody came to save us. Nobody. I mean, all over the world. We were left to be slaves here.
We're the most resilient.
We were left to be slaves here. No one came to rescue us. We had to endure the whole thing. We are at the bottom of the rabbit hole looking up. And ingenuity was our saving grace.
Well, actually,
the pressures that we were under have been duplicated nowhere else for us to produce what we can produce.
Yeah, you're at the top. The only problem is that you've been taught to look down.
Yeah. Well, that's true. But what I'm trying to say is that when you leave a person or anything under pressure for a very long time, you're going to get a diamond, baby. You're going to
We're able to be the freest thinking black people on the planet.
Pressure and nobody lets up, you gonna get some gold. You're gonna get some diamonds.
Yeah. Like you said, we all born that rough.
Yeah, I don't understand how he could fix his mouth to even say that. Have you guys ever heard any of the old, like the really old Jamaican music?
Yeah, Stapleton and shit.
That shit is rubbish. No, not Stapleton. I'm talking like
everybody. We respect everybody else's cultures and music. That's my problem with all of this, is we respect everybody. We don't put nobody's music or nothing down. I mean, we'll listen to it, we'll dance to it, we'll respect it, we'll ask about the history of it.
Y'all know about Carlos Santana, right? Y'all know about Carlos Santana, right? Where do you think?
Yes, baby.
Where did he get his inspiration from? Where did Carlos Santana?
Hendrix. He's the greatest guitar player on the planet.
He'll tell you that, and he said it.
Oh, can't nobody deny that.
If you ask all the rock stars, who did they say they used to come?
Big Hendrix.
Come and see.
Got him on vinyl.
Emulate and be like.
Man, Hendrix was so cold.
Big Hendrix.
They didn't even know that guitar could do that. That boy put that acid under that headband and got the going, got the sweating and the
Most
going.
of your rock and roll stars, they'll tell you they got their influence from watching the blues.
Yep.
Most of your rock and roll stars, they will tell you B.B. King.
Hall of Fame rock and roll stars.
They will tell you that they used to get in, they used to sneak into the black clubs to see these brothers play. And they go back and they would try to emulate them, and that's how they got their sound of rock and roll.
Yeah, you remember
Beatles, Paul McCartney.
when all those, remember, brother, when all those white people lost their mind, when Elvis Presley came out and thanked the black people and thanked the black church for making him
Little Richie.
Boy, they were so pissed about that, and I couldn't
that was
understand.
Pat Boone for sure. Pat Boone definitely copied Little Richard, wholeheartedly, word for word.
What's that one black dude that they showed that he sung? He had the song Hound Dog before Elvis Presley had it.
Howling Wolf. Right.
Howling Wolf.
This is crazy, man. Listen, this is what they do. They co-opt everything that we do.
Well, all they have done is given us right now. We are everything, and everybody wants to be like us. And I'm not gonna.
Exactly. It was Chuck Berry. She's right, Chuck Berry.
And they will always create a way to measure us, our phenomenon, and while we're constantly being distracted to look away or outside of self. When your phenomenon, you're born like that. You born like that. You have to. I've been asked, how did y'all make it? How did y'all get through all of? I've been in a lot of different rooms, and
What didn't create
white
you
lady
can't
asked me.
control
She said, "But how did y'all make it through all of the?" She said, "How did y'all make it?" I was like, "What?" I mean,
Well, it's really simple, sweet. I mean, knowing what we know now, I would say it's like this. We were walking, or our godlike power was surrounding us even before we knew we had that godlike power.
That's right. We wanted to
Some
run.
of us are
I
still
told her we wanted to run. We didn't have nowhere to run. Y'all kept coming to catch us. We wanted to get away. We wasn't stupid. We wasn't just standing there just saying, "Oh, I'm just wanting to be beat every day. Oh, I want you to work me to death every day."
Usually when they ask me that story, sister, I always ask them, the better question would be, how are you?
That's what
You're
I'm
only 5% of the world population. 5% of the world population. How the hell are you still making it? How are
That's
you
what Too Much
still
said. We
alive?
got too much sauce, too much swag. They be like, you motherfuckers still, we threw you a raggedy, nasty, filthy ass pig. You motherfuckers done made chitlins out there in intestines, bacon. You done made pork chops. Y'all smothering it and done put it in. Oh my God.
And what the hell is an oxtail?
You
How
so
the hell you
filthy,
turn an
feed my
oxtail
baby.
into a
You
damn
so
delicacy?
filthy, clean my house. That's why you just got to think about it. And they just distracted us from thinking
That's
and
deep that she
staying
said that. That's
connected.
cool.
That's what being connected to the source is. It's in
Well,
your
they need to
blood. They
stop
can
eating
erase every
oxtails
piece
because
of
they done
paper
went
or
up too
artifact
high.
on this planet, but they
That's a
can't
blessing.
take what's in your blood from your ancestors. It's real. Ancestral memory is real. Dead ass.
And I'm not trying.
We wouldn't have
I'm
made
not
it.
trying to be rude, but what that lady was just saying, man, about like us making like all like you know what I mean? Because they was feeding us like scraps, and the scraps that we made like cornbread, for example. All the
Chitlins.
pieces of bread we put together and made cornbread. All the scattered greens, we made greens, and it's just deep though. Like real talk, we make something out of we
We
make
gonna
nothing out of
make
something.
chocolate cake
we
out
were
of
able to
lemons
do
and
that,
leave
brother
bitches
Nino?
guessing how we done it every time.
Yes.
Do you know why
Say it
we
again,
were
sir.
able to do that? Do you know why we were able to do that, brother Nino?
No.
Because they were giving us the scraps from our own creations.
We father all. We mother
They were
all.
giving us the
Exactly.
scraps of
Talk
our
about
own
it.
creations, brother.
They
That,
took
when
the
you
that's
lion's
when you
share. They took the lion's share and kicked all the rest to me, to our people.
Can your children destroy you? Type shit. It's that deep.
Yeah. And then they fool around there in Louisiana, and now we got boudin, and I love it. They got boudin, we got
Boudin balls.
all kinds of stuff. We can cook outside, inside. We can cook on the side of the road. We can cook when it's raining. We can cook when it's hot. We can cook underground.
Casa,
Over the ground.
squirrel. We gonna do this, baby, and it's gonna taste good. We not
Thank
just
you.
gonna
Gonna taste good. That's
it's
right.
gonna be clean.
We can wrap it up in a leaf, cut it on fine, put some dirt over it. Come back about a few hours later, and everybody finna have dinner.
You want to kick us out, but we created all your agriculture. We took no class on how to grow nothing.
Hold on, everybody. User, go ahead, brother. User. Okay, I'm gonna drop you down, brother. I don't know if you're trolling or not, brother. I just don't know. I just want to make sure. He said something, but it just seemed like he was sketchy, so I had to just drop him real quick. Go ahead, y'all. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
So brother, Too Much.
Yes,
You know what I would say? I would say, as much as they have studied us, why are they not doing research into why they are only 5% of the world's population, and that will be dropped within 4 more years? They'll only be 3% of the world's population. Why aren't they?
They have studied it, brother. They have studied it. They have studied it. They know what the problem is. They know it is an inevitable situation.
Creator is a black man, what they call black. They will put this world on its ass before they admit that.
Hold on. This is what they're doing right now. They're studying black women and their wombs right now.
Talk about it.
Yeah,
they've been.
This is their solution.
Sterilizing us. Listen.
No, hold on. Let me finish. This is their solution. Their solution is, yes, they want to depopulate a lot of us, but they want to see if they can bring YT babies through the birth canal of black women wombs without them being alive. So they're studying the cadavers right now of black women and seeing if they can take their womb and
they've already successfully done it too much.
Incubate their babies through that.
They've already done it. They put a real brain.
I had stopped all of my activism, and I was letting the young people take over and all of that. When I saw that,
they put a human brain in a robot just recently. They have a real
black girl that they making have that baby.
We can't all talk over each other, y'all. We can't all talk over each other, okay? Just give people space to speak. Now, listen. They're taking those wounds. They're studying those wounds right now, and they're figuring out a way how to birth more white people through incubation process. That's what they're doing.
So, brother, Too Much. Biologically, I have to ask the question.
The Eve gene. There you go.
Yeah. How would they? How even with the Eve gene in play, right? The mitochondrial. How would they birth a so-called YT child, as in the YT today, when the mitochondrial DNA?
They're just using
that would change. That would change what they are.
They're just using the birth canal. They're just using the womb of her because there's something. Listen, black women have contributed to most of our medical breakthroughs. They've always used black women to come up with most of our medical breakthroughs. So all the experimentation, they've done it to black women first. Okay, what they're saying is black women have it has something to do with a little bit with their pain tolerance, but they have like the most. They have the most successful birth rates out of everybody. Is the black women. They want to use that black womb to restart up their birth rates. And they don't need her to be living. They don't need her to be alive. They don't need her to be alive. They just need that womb. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to reanimate things that were unalive and make them alive just for 9 months. So they're looking at unalive black women.
So even if they